mind if I do?
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about it on the radio.
Get ready.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Covino and Rich, sports, entertainment, and life. Yes, sir. Shout out to the East Coast. Live from the West Coast, the West Side.
I like that. I'm surprised you know that's a map in Jersey. You know nothing about your own home state.
I mean, it says home. You know, I know the shape of the state I grew up in. That's pretty bad. I'm surprised you're wearing an Octane jersey. You know anything about rock music? Like at all.
I rock out more than anyone you know.
Sports, entertainment, that you call life. Yeah, exactly. Let's be rocking now. Let's do it. Rock out with your hog out. Speaking of,
Home is where the heart is.
home is where the heart is.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, that's my home.
I mean, you really think I don't know the shape of the state I grew up in? The state that I grew up in.
I'm gonna make this place your home.
I always used to love drawing New Jersey freehand.
Oh, really? I can't. I mean, I could do
Yeah,
it.
you like
kind of.
you draw the lines. You start at the top. You draw the diagonal.
When he
and you're like,
telestrated Hot Shot.
oh yeah, good idea.
Let's see the skills.
Let's see, you got skills.
So
Show off.
If you're not watching, I'm wearing an old school, just a state of Jersey
Well,
T-shirt.
the shirt Covino has on, where it's the shape of Jersey and it says home. I've seen artwork that people get where like you'd get Idaho and New Jersey.
Yeah.
On like a frame and have it in your California house for you and Jordan. You've seen those gimmicky like Pinterest things.
This is gimmicky, but it's their home tees that I saw on Shark Tank.
I think they're great.
support
You start
Shark
with the
Tank
diagonal
brands.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Then you come down a bit. Then you do that little divot thing. Then you come down, go along.
Are you on Fred Flintstone?
Yeah. Then you have the little nub in here. That's Cape May. Then you come up.
Wow, it's pretty good
you
spot.
Cut in.
Yeah.
You have the little Delaware water gap.
Yeah.
And then you go up a little bit. And then you go up.
Wow, that's actually great.
Yo!
It's a little thin in the
Not
center.
bad.
Boom, you go a little left, a little right, boom.
Now, Covino,
Jersey.
where's Union on that?
Where's the Union on the map?
Well, it's got to be north central.
What do you mean it's gotta be? You
Because
don't.
it's not south. It's in the middle somewhere.
It's like right here.
Yeah, it's in the middle,
There you
right
go.
around
Right
there.
there somewhere.
Because there's always the debate: is it North or South Jersey? It's like, well, it's north. It's north central.
Spot draw, still let me know your state and I'll draw it.
That's pretty good. So, sports, entertainment, life. I've had this shirt for a long time, but I saw it in
but
the pile.
I
you
see
know what
those,
happens? I'll tell you what's happening. Again, I was just a fan of their Shark Tank presentation years ago. But my daughter's at that age where she's like, Dad, can I borrow your Sublime t-shirt and wear it to school? Like, it's going to be a little big. But then when she puts it on, it fits exactly the way the kids wear their clothes now anyway.
Yeah,
Like, just
of course.
oversized and whatever. So she's going through all my shirts. I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that shirt. Give me that.
Yeah.
I'll wear that tomorrow. So I'm at that stage of life, I guess, where my daughter's more interested in raiding my closet than her mom's, which is
It's the style.
strange. So anyway, I don't know if that says something about me or kids today, but either way, at least we could bond over something. Sports, entertainment, life. Hope you had a great Tuesday night. Hope you enjoyed your Stranger Things, your Obi-Wans. Oh, Obi-Wan's tonight. New episode tonight. So excited about that. But let the wild rumpus start, man.
3 weeks. You got to wait for the new episodes of Stranger Things. Much like you. I'm pretty sure you finished last night.
Finished. It's great. It's great.
Oh. Yeah, I finished last night too. And
Don't tell me anything.
they left it
Don't tell me anything.
perfect. Where I'm excited for 3 weeks from now.
You know what's funny, though? My algorithm on social media, on TikTok especially,
Is breastfeeding videos?
is that, but now it's changed. It's now the algorithm of like a 13-year-old girl because it's all Stranger Things stuff. Like, oh, wow.
Oh, it's Rich's algorithm?
All these theories on what's going on, loopholes and plot twists and all these theories on
All right.
Stranger Things.
I'm not going to give a spoiler.
Yes, you are.
But if you don't want to chance it,
no, you are.
close your ears for 5 seconds. I have a question for Covino.
La la la. La
All I'm going to ask is, did you figure it out before? Or were you like, oh, that's who that is?
No, I didn't figure it out.
Like an episode before, I said, Sarah, I bet you he's... That's it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. No, you're done. You're done.
But that guy is pretty dynamic as well. That character. He had different levels of character.
Oh, that's a good character. He's a good character. Yeah.
A lot of great characters.
You're good.
You know what's funny? My funniest observation, I make jokes about it on Lithium later today, I think. SXM34. Is they casted a new character on Stranger Things to be an 80s burnout. And it's just fun on a Way Back Wednesday to recognize 80s burnouts.
Yeah, there's no spoiler here, Spot. This is just a
Spot, do you remember 80s burnouts? Like dudes just hanging out at 7-Eleven? Like just burnouts. They were wearing like jackets with tassels, like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, just like your typical
burnouts,
Your typical burnout. Covino sent me a picture the other day. He goes, "Who's this?" And I'm like, I don't know. Is this supposed to be a dude I know? Did we work with him? Is he your old buddy? Is he in a show that I know? Who is this? And it's the 80s burnout from Stranger Things when he doesn't have his mullet and leather jacket.
Yes, it's the guy who plays the character Eddie Munson, which is a funny character name. It's like Eddie Munster and Charles Manson, and he's like a weird burnout guy.
80s burnout. This is what comes up.
Yeah, 80s
Eddie
burnout.
Munson sort of looks like the guy to the right.
Long story short, there's a new character they introduced. He's supposed to be a burnout in high school, like a metal guy, like a Dungeons and Dragons metal guy. And he looks like he's 59 years old. It's like, I'm supposed to believe.
It's like
Spicoli.
Stanley Tucci in Greece.
Yeah, worse. I'm like, this guy looks more tired than I do on my worst day. So I'm supposed to say, this guy is, I'm supposed to believe there's an upside down, right? But how am I supposed to believe that this guy's in high school? I don't get it. He looks like he's 60.
Spot, Google image Eddie Munson.
Eddie Munson.
Eddie Munson.
He's
a great 80s burnout.
Great character.
And just for the record, I saw our buddy Kevin Cedarholm. What's up, Kev? I'm usually not super on top of like, I called that 2 episodes ago. Sarah's really good at that. Like, I'll be like, Sarah's like, I'm writing something down. I'm like, what?
Well, sometimes I'm not even in the thought process of trying to figure that out. I'm like just taking it in.
Like,
you know?
Let's say we're watching, what was it? What was the dumb show? Oh, if it's like a murder mystery type of show, sometimes midway through the series or the season.
Eddie Munson, there he is.
Yeah, there he is. Sarah will say, I think I know. Oh, write it down. And then at the end, I'm like, how the fuck do you know? I'm never good with that, but a few episodes before the finale, before the mid-season finale,
Seriously, how old is this guy?
That's the same guy. I told you.
How old is this guy?
He's 29, I believe, in real life. His name is Joe something. I looked him up.
How old is he supposed to be?
He's supposed to be 17.
like a high school senior.
Shut up.
Yeah, he's 29 years old. I looked him up. I'm like, this guy is old as hell.
I mean, maybe they, you know what they probably did? Maybe they cast him older or picked an older actor so everyone else looked younger, even though they're already old.
Well, Bill Jackson pointed out they did address that he was a third-time senior.
Oh, yeah, they
like
did.
He's like the burnout that's like, yeah, I'm 19 in high school.
Right, they did. And they probably acknowledged that on purpose. But you know what? He's really great. So no knock on him. I enjoyed him thoroughly. There's a lot of comic relief and cool and different characters on Stranger Things this season because it's a really dark and scary season.
Yeah.
I think they needed that balance.
Yes, sir.
But Sarah's
she's good
ruined
at that.
Stranger. Ruined
No, she
Sixth
doesn't.
Sense.
She doesn't ruin it.
I'm just kidding.
But she'll midway through be like, I think I know. So like, I'm like, all right, write it down. I want to see if you're good. Very rarely do I beat her to the punch on that. But yeah, Stranger Things I thought was great. I finished that last night and watched some of that Letterman stuff too, where he sits down with comedians for like 15 minutes.
I don't think I've seen that. It's a new show?
It's a newer one.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's Letterman. It's not my next guest.
Oh.
It's David Letterman, and Sam Morrill is one of the guys he sits down with. Like he sits down with up and coming comics for 15 minutes and they do like a little set.
Wow. What an honor for those guys.
So
considering, Johnny Carson was the type of guy that didn't even let you sit with him unless you made him laugh. It's nice that as an older man, David Letterman saying, hey, let me talk to these young comedians. You had to earn, and Johnny Carson's a legend. I'm not dissing on him, but that was the backstory.
Well,
he didn't let you sit and be interviewed unless he thought you like killed it and were funny.
That was the honor. And back then, without social media or anything, how comics became huge a lot of times was the pat on the back from Johnny Carson.
He
was like, oh,
Johnny
hey,
called him over.
get over here.
Seinfeld got to sit down.
Well,
Johnny, he must be good.
something I learned from Jerry Seinfeld. Who was the first woman ever to be called over to the couch?
Ellen DeGeneres.
You saw that episode?
No,
No.
just a fun fact.
She said
I just know
she,
stupid things. I'm the lead star of Stupid Things.
much like Covino, she willed it to happen. When the first day she ever did stand up, the first day Ellen ever did stand up,
Yeah, she told a joke about God or something.
told the joke about God, but she told the joke while she was eating food.
Mm-hmm.
That was her whole set. Where
That's it. That's
she talks about how rude it is. Well, not rude. People will try to tell a story while they're eating, but they'll take a big bite and do this thing where they put their finger up like. So she ate during her set and never really got through the story because she ate through the whole thing. She's like, that's my time. And, it was a funny little gimmick. And she said, I'm going to be the first woman that Johnny Carson calls over to the couch. And ta-da! She willed it to happen. She said she knew she was supposed to be famous. Which is a weird thought. Like she knew.
There's a lot of people that want it. It's about taking the steps to get there. Ain't that right, Jim Ramsey?
Was Judy Tenuta number 2?
I don't know who the second woman. Spot. Google that. See if you can find anything. Who's the second woman to be called?
First place, second place. Greatest in the world now.
As you know, there's a gap between simply wanting something and being willing to do the work to achieve it. Congrats, Ellen DeGeneres. You did both.
I also saw a meme that made me laugh because it's sort of true. It was the difference between there is no difference between stupidity and courage. Did you see this? Courage is knowing something's going to hurt, but you do it anyway. Stupidity is knowing something's going to hurt and you do it anyway. That's why life is so hard, because you're not sure if you're stupid or courageous.
That's funny. Yeah, that's a good one.
Makes
I like
sense, right?
that. Hey, a few things before we get into all the nonsense of the day. I'm thinking about that character from Stranger Things. You know what people so free and willingly say? Freely, willingly say? Freely say. You know what people say?
Freely.
And I feel like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't say that. It's kind of insulting. And we've acknowledged this before. But the other day, we put ourselves out there. We put our thoughts out there. And I can't say it's hard, but it's not easy to throw your thoughts out there and hope they stick a little bit. Hope it resonates with somebody. It's a weird feeling.
Sometimes nobody.
Let people into your real life, your personal life.
Of course.
And all this other stuff that we do. I mean, that's just part of it. I get it. So the other day, I go on Patreon, and I'm like, yeah, here's my sneaker collection. And I got to be honest, I felt pretty good about it. And I got great feedback.
You got sneaker game, even though you don't think you do. You're a sneakerhead that denies they're a sneakerhead.
I just got great feedback. Maybe because I wish I had more and I acknowledge real sneakerheads. I'm just a guy that appreciates
You don't have a closet full of cases, but you do know sneakers as much as anyone I know, at least.
Check them out. I know them. Recognize them. And, there was a gap where I didn't have money to spend on sneakers. There was a part of my life where I put that passion aside. But as a kid, I always appreciated my sneakers and stuff like that. Long story short, I did a Behind the Velvet Rope. Please check it out. I thought it was great. But I remember looking at it. I'm like, all right, I feel pretty good. It was late at night, dude. It was late. And it was a long, stressful day of work, dad life, gym. And I'm like, you know what? I had my mindset on doing something else. I'm going to do it. I'm tired as hell, but I'm going to do it. So, I remember doing it and feeling pretty good about it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's fucking 11 o'clock. I look good. I'm like, yeah, I feel good. I look good. All right, cool. Dude, wouldn't you know, some guy man, bro, you look fucking tired. You need to rest. It's like, man, I know you mean well. And the guy, I'm not even going to call him out.
Do they mean well?
I'm not even going to call him out because I know he's a huge supporter of our show. And, I appreciate his friendship and subscription and all that. But it's like, hey, just because I appreciate your subscription doesn't mean I'm here to get dissed on in a serious way by you. And it really was. It wasn't just fucking with you. Hey, I appreciate you doing that.
Yo, bro, you look tired.
It was like, yo, bro, you look like shit.
Someone's hitting the wall.
You need to get some sleep or something like that. It was like, it's like there was a part of me that's like, is he serious right now? Not like, yo, cool sneaker game, or like, yo, man, you need to get rest. But I enjoyed that. Like, there was nothing playful or polite about it. It was like, you know, like when an old person or like a foreigner says some blatant shit,
And you don't realize it, like,
and it's because they don't have a filter. It's like my grandma growing up would tell you if you smelled. You know, like if my uncle brought a friend over and he smelled like ass, my tita would be like, you smell like ass. Here's
some
deodorant.
deodorant.
Yeah, she would hand him a can because
start-
she's an old foreign lady
gotta start keeping
who didn't
deodorant.
give a fuck. So I have to ask, as a young man,
You smell like ass.
you tell another grown man who's just putting himself out there, not asking to be ridiculed. I'm not here to do a fashion show. I'm not here to be a model. I'm not Rick Martel. I'm here to like talk to you and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yet you got to be criticized about shit like that, and then you wonder why people don't want to put themselves out there.
Well, there's layers.
You know,
There's layers. Let me explain the layers.
see if I can find the actual
All right,
comment.
Here's the layers, and I'll explain the layers.
But people say that too often. You look tired. It's like, fuck off.
The layers go like this. When you do a public show, Sirius XM, Fox Sports Radio, iHeart, ESPN, television, radio, podcasting, you are 100% open to positive, negative, any type of feedback. It's that type of forum. If we do a show on a free network, I'm expecting, yo, you guys are fucking great. But I'm also expecting, who are you two fucking losers? And I'm okay with it because that is the
Agreed.
arena.
Yeah.
That is the arena for that, right? You're a ball player. Yeah, you fucking suck. Yeah, go Giancarlo. Yeah, fuck you, Stanton. Like, it's the proper place for the love and the hate. I won't say who it is. Well, let's see.
But just read it word for word, the top part.
Bro, you look tired as hell in that video.
Tired as hell in that video. That wasn't the point of the video, bro. Thanks for the feedback. That was
Well,
the point. Who am I here to put on I wasn't doing a makeup tutorial.
I have
I
the
was showing
same,
you my sneakers.
I have the same thought about this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
But please let me make my statement.
Yeah.
He's not the only guy that makes that comment. That's not like an okay thing to tell somebody. That's a confidence killer. If you show up to the office like, oh, Marianne, you didn't sleep well last night, huh? What? You look a little tired today. That's like saying you look like horse shit.
Saying someone looks tired
You look terrible is what you're saying.
is a
look like
synonym
horse shit.
for
Yeah.
you look like shit.
You look terrible today. What's going on? That's what you're saying. And people, I feel like they think it's okay to say that to somebody. It's like, yo, that's rude. I don't care if you're being honest. I don't care whatever fucking stupid thought process you got. Hey, I'm just telling you my honest opinion. No one asked. It's rude shit to say.
You
Have
know-
a filter. Say that to a woman, you're gonna get fucking shit
You know
on.
what?
I promise you.
You know what someone's never said? Man, she's fucking hot. Look how tired she looks.
Seriously.
Something no one's ever said because
And by the way-
tired is a synonym for you look like garbage.
I'll take that all day because I get enough kindness. I do get plenty of compliments. I get nothing but love 95% of the time. I'm just bringing this up because I know that a lot of people say this and they think it's okay. I do not think it's okay. I don't ever say that to anybody. I don't. But the ironic part about it is I was feeling really good. I thought I looked fucking handsome. And, you know, maybe the truth was I did look tired. You know, maybe that was the truth. But in my mind, I was like, yo, man, why you got to ruin it? I was feeling good.
The arena, like I said, for negativity, I accept it when it's Twitter, when it's feedback on the Covino and Rich page. I get it, right? I'm never going to hate negative feedback. It's part of the game. But feel me on this.
Feel you.
Every different social media platform has a different layer of how rude could I be? Let me explain.
Oh, there's a hierarchy.
Yeah, there is. Twitter, the trolls are out to play. Twitter, the biggest trolls of all, right? Instagram, you could get an occasional jerk off saying something rude. But Facebook, it's more old school. Facebook's like your parents' social media. I feel like Facebook is the, hey, I'm sort of accountable because here's who I am. If you get rude comments on Facebook, I think that's inappropriate because I saw this yesterday and I'm like, this person, like, maybe they think it's funny. I posted that video of Ben getting his haircut.
Someone
Right?
said something inappropriate. They're like borderline stupid, right?
Like-
Is it stupid or courageous?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Let's hear it.
And I don't,
Courageous.
I don't put it up there. You know, it's nice to hear you look so cute. Oh, Big Ben, this and that. But like on Facebook, where like my parents, my siblings, family, friends, people I've known my whole life, I feel like Facebook is not. It's not the open forum that other social media is. The other social media, we've opened ourselves up like, Covino and Rich, hey, I never met you, but you're my friend. We're on social media. But Facebook, if you're going to go on my personal Facebook and I've accepted you as a friend, and I post a picture of my kid or something, and my mom and dad and my siblings and my aunt is like, oh, Benny boy looks so cute. And like some guy's like, yeah, at least he doesn't look like a fucking girl anymore. And I'm like, does that person think that's a fucking smart comment on my personal Facebook page?
And you know what's funny is like there's also the part of you that like gets a good ball busting. So you're waiting for
I laughed, but I'm like,
you're waiting for it.
My thought is,
I bet you he was being serious, just like that guy was. I was waiting. I gave the guy a chance to be like, I'm just fucking with you, bro. You know, or something. Like there was no ball
Spot,
break.
to get my theory, like, you know who comments on my Facebook? My friend's moms.
It's rude.
My dad was like, oh, Big Ben. It's, you know, the hundreds of comments are friends and family and people I know well. So to mix in a guy, like, who's this guy, Frank? Hey, at least he doesn't look like a little fucking girl anymore.
Here's the thing.
That
People
guy,
think they're entitled to their truth.
I have to catch myself.
Yeah.
And I consider where it is. So like if it's on our listener page, of course I can let loose and joke around and rib. If it's on someone's personal page and I see comments from their family, I'm like, oh, I can't say this. And I just say something nice. I don't think people have that filter or that like self-awareness.
Then
or
shut
that,
up. Then shut your fucking mouth because
Exactly.
you don't know how to operate
like,
in,
you know,
in the social arena.
Right, we all bust each other's balls here, but you're not going to go to someone's house with their family and say something
That's why
in front of their mother.
Here's a few keywords to look out for moving
I'm not
forward.
making in the early 2000s jokes in front of Mary Ann.
Yeah.
Even though she'd laugh.
If someone says no offense, obviously you're going to be offended.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. As Jason Nichols said, yeah, with all due respect. Yeah, with all due respect, I don't think I want to read or hear what you're about to say.
With all due respect.
And here's when I actually had this epiphany this morning. Anytime someone says, truthfully, I don't know if I really want to hear what's coming next. Like, I really don't.
Unless we're talking about someone else.
Truthfully.
Hey, you know about John?
Yeah.
Truthfully? Oh, what?
Exactly.
Tell me. What do you think?
Here's the problem. People have lost touch with reality. I heard a whole political banter on
Know what they
this
lost
recently.
touch with? What your mom always says. Couth.
Well, social media has changed the way we interact, obviously. But in the sense that people feel a freedom and freer to say things that they would never say in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like, as this is slowly becoming more of our real life,
bro.
the fuck are you doing? You still have to have a brain and a filter of what you say and what you type. You know, like people will type shit that they would never say.
Yeah.
You have to sort of find that common ground because that's slowly becoming the reality. And people think that they're entitled to their truth. You still have to operate within the realm of what's acceptable, you morons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's and in life, I deal with that all the time. Well, that's how I feel. It's like, well, that doesn't give you the right to just say what the fuck you want. There's something to like think before you talk.
No one does that.
No one does. And now think before you type. And was I offended? No, it's just funny because I know people say things like that all the time.
Do you know how many
It's just,
times-
I'm using it as an example. That's all. And what was said to you
Is this
hey, that's
equal?
one thing. You want to think that?
Yeah.
Sure. But what was it? Your last living brain cell when you were taking a shit that you felt that was appropriate? Idiots.
But to me, I see things on social media.
Oh, you know what would have been funny, Rich? If he just like, just messing.
Yeah.
A smiley face.
Oh, I'll give you the great. I'll give you the best
to say,
example.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'll give you the best example of
hit
a.
me.
I'll
Even
give
if
you
he meant it.
Here's the best example of a ball bust.
Oh, I love the best.
The best example of a ball bust that's like funny, where I was like, oh, that's good. I posted like pictures. Again, there's different levels. Covino and Rich content on like our page, have at it. Yo, Rich, you're a moron. I hate you. Covino, I hate your hair.
Man, I thought I was looking good today.
Spot, you fucking doofus. We don't care.
I'm a doofus.
But if Spot posted a picture of like,
Tired
hey,
as
I
hell.
went back to Jersey and I'm with my niece and someone's like, yeah, you and your stupid family. Like, people are, I don't know. Oh, here's a good one. This is the example of good ball busting. I posted the pictures of us at the Mets game with Emmy.
You and your stupid family.
You and your stupid family.
Great example, Rich.
I know.
Man, that was the best.
I posted the pictures of us with, your hair's okay, bro.
It's okay, thanks.
He's all self-conscious about his hair because I said, just your hair stinks. I posted a picture of us at the baseball game with Emmy. And this is a good ball bust. Oh, I'm glad you had a great time with your daughter. It's a shame it's your stupid Mets instead of the Yanks. Ha ha. That's funny.
You and your stupid family.
Yeah.
Or how about this one? Like, oh, you got Emmy Mets shirt, or is that just one of yours?
Yeah. That's funny.
Insinuating that Rich wears a medium.
Yeah, exactly. Or the picture of Ben, the picture,
funny.
like I thought,
That's clever.
I thought Justin in Utah, our old pal, Justin in Denver now, wrote something funny. He, because Ben, when he was getting his haircut, had a lollipop. He's like, yo, am I the only guy worried about like the hair getting on that wet lollipop? What the fuck? Like, that was funny because I thought that too. I cleaned off that lollipop 10 times.
You could even say the things that we referenced with a follow-up of just breaking balls or like something that implies that you're serious but kidding. Otherwise, you just sound like a douche. That's really it. I'm sorry. And hey, when it comes to sounding like a douche, we're professionals.
Hey.
You know, but that's the chance we're taking. I know that by putting yourself out there, you're going to get some of that.
Of course, I'm not. We're not sounding like
just pointing it out.
We're not sounding like babies about it. We're just pointing out how there's a weird line of, like, did you really think that's appropriate? That's
offensive.
This isn't Spot posted a clip of me and Covino fighting over something, and people are like, Rich, you're a fucking moron. I disagree.
Rude. You're a little rude, you know?
It's like
a little rude. Just rude.
What if you rude? And by the way, that is probably 100% the reason why Covino would never post his daughter's talent show performance. Because there would be one jerk off that would say, yeah, she's not that good.
Yeah.
And you would say to yourself,
for their
why would that
criticism?
person post that?
Yeah, she didn't ask for that.
She's all right, I guess. But there would be someone that would post that.
Who lets the kid wear makeup? I'm like, it's a talent show. I don't know, dude. Should I have said fucking no, you can't? You know, like, you think anything.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know?
That's why a lot of, you can understand, that's why a lot of actual high profile people don't put their kids out there. Yeah. Like Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel were just at Disney with their kid, and every photo they like had their kid's face like turned the other way or something. I'm like, you know why? At first you're like, yeah, you got all like, you're like, okay, Justin Timberlake. But then you're like, you know what? Do you think who has, we have thousands of people commenting. Justin Timberlake will have millions of people commenting. Do you think he needs anyone to be like, you stupid, ugly kid? Like, do you think he's like, no, why? Why?
Exactly. And it's just best to ignore them.
So,
but how about on the flip side, like, think before you say some stupid shit?
Yeah. And
that's
you know
all.
What? It's just a reminder to start the show. It's 2022. You're allowed to voice your opinion more than ever.
Truthfully?
But rudeness, just check yourself. Check yourself.
You know what I hate too? Speaking of, just this is a whole other sort of side discussion, but kind of ties in. It's like if my daughter has a bad day at school or something like that, and I'm like, well, tell me what happened. When she says, truthfully, I'm like, wait, hold on. Maybe I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
I really, when she says that, I'm like, yeah, maybe I don't want to know.
By the way,
yeah,
who lets their kid play the ukulele?
Exactly.
What type of parent are you?
I bought my kid a ukulele.
By the way, see, I think things sometimes, and I don't type them. Because you know why? What do I have, Covino?
Hey, it's better than the accordion, right?
What do I have? Sense? Some common sense? I saw a kid I went to high school with, and could I be real with you guys at least? Because we're not, we're in a little private little Covino Rich club here. The kid's a big boy. I have a friend that I went to high school with who has a large child. And they posted a video of like, oh, my kid's really picking up their instrument. And their fat kid is playing the tuba. And I wanted to be like, why would you do this to them? But I would never write that because I'm not rude. But know what I was thinking? If you have a kid
he should have played the bass drum.
If you have a kid,
fat kids play the bass drum too. Dum, 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 dum.
If you got a big kid, I'll give this free advice. If you got a kid that struggles with weight, tuba's not their instrument.
Or is it?
Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
Funny, man.
It's not rude. It's just true.
Little
I'm like,
rude.
why would you be like, hey, big guy, I know you struggle with weight and it's probably giving you some insecurities. Let's have you play the tuba. So now you're the fat tuba kid.
Hey.
Why would you do that?
And truthfully, yeah, you're just setting your kid up.
I
for
never played the tuba.
ridicule. Truthfully, you know,
Never.
I'm certain of it, that we say things that may rub you the wrong way.
Of course.
But it's never like directed at someone specifically for the most part. You know, and I always say, well, I'm just responding in retaliation, kind of. You know, like my comment, you shouldn't have said what you said. But, you know, people just say dumb shit. It's wild, man.
Wow, baby.
But I do appreciate your
baby.
support and
There's a line.
the example I
need to-
used. I know he's a supporter and I know he's a friend, so I don't mean any.
People just need to understand there's a line.
There is.
Disrespect.
So
That's it.
there you have it.
There's a line, and you sometimes cross it.
Sorry if I seem a little off this morning. I'm just really bummed about Chrisley going to jail.
I saw that.
I know, I'm just really
Efron
heartbroken.
Stu talked about
Very
that.
heartbroken.
Sorry, Rich.
Saw that.
Sorry, Uncle Todd's.
You know how there's jokes on our show that have been like 10-year-old jokes that some of them are true and some of them are just funny but are not true at all? Like, you know how you'll joke like, oh, Rich loves Chrisley, knows best, or Chrisley? I don't think I've ever seen it one time in my life, but in my own mind, I'm associated with it because you joke about it. Like, my first thought when I saw this, I'm like,
I feel like Todd Chrisley is like your dream life. You want to be Todd Chrisley.
I feel like you're the same guy.
it's like the oddest
wanna-
thing. You mean
and you
he's
wanna know
he's a
best.
flamboyant gay dude that wears like
He's not
checkered
gay.
jackets?
It's
Like,
like family. What do you mean he's gay?
He's not gay?
He's married with children.
He's like Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he's gay?
Modern day Al Bundy. This guy.
well,
He's flamboyant, which is why it's perfect for you. He's flamboyant, but has a family.
yeah, I'm flamboyant like Chrisley Spot. Right on.
He's got southern.
I am just you're right. You nailed it. When people
got
meet me, when people
southern
meet me, they're like,
sass.
And you look tired as hell. Just,
know-
just want you to know.
He's got southern sass, and
Tired as hell.
yeah.
he's
Spot,
got-
way to follow up our conversation about people.
He's got style.
Bro, you look tired as hell.
You
in
look
that
like, yeah,
video.
you're just like fucking Chrisley, bro.
You both love turtlenecks. You
Well,
both
No,
probably
you know,
get
you put it
lots of
back on them. You know what I
Botox.
said to that guy, though? You know what I said to that guy? I go, how do you look? I said, thanks.
That's
And I
what
go,
you-
how do you look at 11 p.m. after a gym, full day of work, and dad life? And he goes, just like that.
Did you do legs?
He's like, yep, just like that.
okay.
So he acknowledged, like, yeah, I get it.
If you didn't do legs, you have no excuse.
So throw it back in spot.
This is Rich and Sarah in 10 years.
That's me and Sarah. Yeah, that's me. Spot's right. No, I'm not. No, I don't. No, what are they? You don't do that.
I just say, let's see you in 10 years. That's all. That's
Oh,
it.
Let's see you now.
Look
No,
at
but
me
that's
now.
it.
Look at this.
But that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't got that Chrisley glow. He's going to jail, and he's
Spot.
excited about it. If
You
you know what I mean?
But you look tired as hell in
If I
this
did
video.
Botox like you.
Oh
So
man,
funny.
But no, I just happened to see that headline. I laughed, not because he's going to jail, but because
You don't even know anything about him.
You've joked for years like, oh, Rich loves Chrisley. I don't know a thing about him, but because you joke that I love him, I'm like, should I care about this story? You know what the other one is? You joke about how you're like, oh, Rich, you used to love that show Backstrom.
Because you talked about
We
it.
had Rainn Wilson on our show to promote it.
Yeah.
So I think I was just all enthusiastic, like, yo, bro, I watched the pilot. Yo, it was dope. And you guys like, yo, you love Backstrom. And again, I don't even know what the show is about, but I think I watched the pilot just to try to be in the loop on our interview.
Yeah, but that's the best sort of
Backstrom.
teasing, though.
That is the best type of-
Like-
that
like
is the
I-
best type of
like
ball
what I would
busting.
do with my daughter, where I would say she liked the vampire boy in that video. She would get so
you
mad
love
about
him.
it.
What's
You love the
the-
vampire boy who
love
does
him?
that
the little
dance.
dancing kid?
Yeah. Melody would be like, no, I don't. Be like, yes, you do. It's your boyfriend.
Didn't Rich also love Longmire?
Oh, love Long. What, is that the guy with he's the baseball announcer?
I don't know why that shit is so funny to me. Rich
Longmire? I
loved
love
Longmire.
Longmire.
Didn't you, Richie?
Is that when he's the baseball announcer, right?
I don't remember, but I remember the title. Longmire.
Is that the Hank Azaria is like the baseball announcer?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that Longmire?
I think so,
Long-
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I love that show, bro. It's my shit.
Melody, you
Here's
love
Melody's
here's
boyfriend.
Melody's boyfriend.
Melody, you love him. No, I
Shut up.
don't.
Shut up, Dad. I don't like that kid. You love this kid. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Hey, Melody, remember when you used to love this kid, little vampire boy?
Melody, you going to the school dance with him?
Little Hercules
With
Gomez.
who, Dad? Your boyfriend?
Hey, Melody, did you get any congrats on your victory from that kid? What kid? Vampire boy that you still love?
Look at him dancing.
This kid's the best, though. Look at him. He loses it. Little evil little kid. Look at him.
Brett said, just find the list of canceled shows in the 2000s, and that's Rich's list of favorite shows.
It is. I don't know why that shit's funny to me.
Backstrom!
You know why it's funny? Because Rich is the boy who cried, this is the greatest show that I'm watching. That's kind of his personality a little
You know
bit.
what?
And it's funny to be like, yeah, all those fucking shows, this one sucks, and that's why you love
I have a TV question for you in just a little bit that will actually solve that question. But as a little icebreaker, as a little break it up before I have a good question for you. It's a matter of, do you take the easy way out or do you want a challenge? And I'm not talking about butt plugs. Spot, I sent you a video this morning. I ran over to Emmy's school for a few minutes with Sarah. And because we were in Texas last month and the school's got their own little schedule of events and stuff, we picked today to be the day. I mean, I know it's like 3 weeks later, but today was the day we got to celebrate. Well, not we. Emmy got to celebrate her birthday at school. And it's just so cute to see the kids, man. And like for all the people living the mom life or dad life, these are the...
Yeah, what's sad is some of those kids turn out to be little shits.
Yeah, these are the fleeting times that just go by quick. And, you know, I remember when your daughter was this age and she had her little buddies and different, you know, it's a fun time. And I promised myself that
You wouldn't cry?
even if it was like 10 minutes just to go there to help her hand out her cupcakes, I'm not going to miss any moment, because what the last couple of years taught us was that we're all disposable at the workplace. ESPN, whether it's Fox or Sirius or iHeart or Clear Channel, whatever. Like
Even here.
People
cancel because Rich says something about...
everything's spot flex too many times, so I canceled.
Rich said something about Biden, Harris, and...
So I'm just not going to miss any moment, and that's just my new stance on everything. Unless all of a sudden, unless they were like, hey, big opportunity, I need you to do this, and it's like, I get it, I'll do that. But I went over to the school this morning, and here's a little video, a little feel good, watching a bunch of little innocent 4 and 5-year-olds singing Emmy happy birthday, and you're like, man, you're right. Half these kids are going to turn into shitheads, and half of them are going to be like sweet, nice adults. And then I wonder the world they're going to live in.
Terrible.
And how different it's going to be.
Garbage.
Right?
I hope things even out somehow.
So, Spotty, you want to...
That's a weird hat you chose, bro.
Yeah.
What's with that hat she's wearing?
So, yeah, Emmy. By the way, even at that age, I guess it's awkward when everyone's singing your birthday. You're like, oh, happy birthday.
All those little shits.
So,
great.
yeah,
Did you get permission from each of those kids to be broadcast?
yes, they signed the waiver. No, but you know what? I will say they have a really... The teachers are younger, and they do a great job on their Instagram page. It's a private page that only parents could follow. But throughout the day, they're posting like funny boomerangs and pictures of the kids. And that's sort of using social media in a good way. Right?
I mean, there's definitely not enough of that.
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way. So, yeah, my daughter's going to kindergarten. And right now, I'm sure you remember this, Emmy's figuring out what kids now are going to her kindergarten with her. Mm-hmm. Like, Molly's going to my kindergarten. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I know you love Molly. So Emmy's finding out which kids are like going to a different school and which kids are going to her school. And yeah, it's exciting, man. It's adorable watching all those little kids sing. So little breakup of the smut and the real talk to, little fun kids singing happy birthday. Now,
A lot of cupcakes Rich had to buy.
48.
Jeez.
A lot of cupcakes.
A package of 12 cupcakes.
Jeez.
You know what? Can we get into this first then?
I saw them all piled up this morning.
You know what?
So what's going on with all these cupcakes?
Put this on hold.
Did you ask for one?
Put this on hold.
Okay. Any of those available?
Can you put this on hold? The easy way out or the challenge?
You do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, that's true. It's our show.
Can I get one of those?
Because
Sneak me one.
Did Mr. Oliver tell you you can't or something? Do whatever you want.
Coach
Oliver said one thought at a time. One thought at a time.
One thought at a time.
One thought at a time.
Coach Oliver said so.
Coach Oliver said no swimming before a game and one thought at a time.
In reference to yesterday.
No, you brought up the pricing, and I went to the supermarket yesterday, and I guess reasonable. Like it was like, I think it was $7 for a pack of 12 cupcakes. I needed to buy 4. So $28, not bad. But it brings me to a thought that I hit up you guys with the other night, and it's my deep thought spot. Hit the music.
There's deep thought music? Oh. Is this your greatest discovery?
Yes.
Rich's greatest discovery, everybody.
Kind of sprung.
Guys, I have a discovery that I
kind of sprung this on me.
Behold.
I had a discovery. Because I do the supermarket food shopping in this household.
Greatest discovery
Sprung this on me.
of Dickie Columbus.
So I go to Ralph's. Good trumpet playing.
Thank you.
Pretty sure that's not the fingering of that.
How do you know?
What do you know about fingering?
Oh, man.
I played the trumpet, sax boy.
Rich played.
What do you know about sax?
You wrapped your mouth around a reed.
I did.
I used
What was his last name?
Robert Reed.
Robert Reed.
So I'm at the supermarket and
Mike Brady.
And I'll for as much as Covino or Spot might try to bust my balls here, they both hit me back with like, yeah, bro, you're not kidding. I know that there's inflation.
That's not what I hit you with. I hit you with, we landed on the moon.
I know there's inflation. I know gas is over $6 out here in LA now. Most places, I saw the national average yesterday was $4.90. And Joe Biden said, well, there's nothing we can really do about it. So gas ain't going down. So I have 2 questions here. Number one is, am I the only one noticing that not only did things go up, but like I feel like in the last week.
You're the last guy to notice.
You're the last guy to notice.
Because you have disposable money. Everybody else noticed this shit months ago.
No, it happened months ago, but I'm saying
months
okay.
ago.
Yeah, but no, because of that reason. You're the last to notice because other people are living check to check, counting their pennies. So, of course, they notice.
Okay.
You don't notice.
No,
you don't even notice if you got your fucking check back from the IRS. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even notice that because you got plenty of money.
So, I'm not being naive to inflation. I knew it was happening. I'm saying, let's just say this is inflation, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say it went up. Then I feel like prices, everything went up. And I think like everyone's like, oh man, shit's expensive now. I feel like in the last week, it was like, psych, even more. Like I feel like the inflation just gave us a little psych. Because what Yellen said she didn't really understand what inflation meant when she said it wouldn't be bad a year ago.
What Rich is trying to say is everything, the price of everything has gone up significantly.
And guys like Franz are hitting us up, and my buddy Doug, and even Sarah's mom's like, did you hear? They're saying that this is just the beginning. It's only just begun.
So then where does it stop where it's like unreasonable? Like, are you paying airport or Dodger game prices for milk?
Bro,
$18 a gallon sounds reasonable.
What I'm saying is, of course.
Where does it
Of
top
course,
off?
I'm not the only one that noticed it. I'm saying inflation went up where the average person was like, shit, things are expensive. But someone with money would say, man, things got expensive, but man, what are you going to do? I'm saying there's been a next layer now where it's like gas went up, groceries went up, where it went from here to here. It went from here to here, and now it's like
here to here.
Up more. And now they're saying by the end of the year, like off the fucking charts.
I'm not saying you're wrong at all because
Allow
in fact,
me to illustrate.
in fact, you're right.
I am
but
our.
I'm saying there's people who are on a budget.
I am our
have
shopper.
been consciously
Here's
noticing this
inflation.
and worried about it for in a different way.
I'm a shopper. I'm a shopper
Right,
more than
here's-
I've ever been because
here's
I have
inflation.
kids.
Here's inflation.
Yeah.
This is where we noticed it. This is where Rich noticed it.
But
that's fair.
But other people noticed it way.
That's what I said.
before.
No, Spot. I noticed
This is
it.
where we noticed
No,
it.
I noticed it right there. But I'm saying now
And you continued to notice it.
He's missing
And
my
then
point.
This is where Rich finally noticed
You're
it.
missing my point. Like Eric hit me up. He goes, Rich, I'm with you. I bought a 12-pack of seltzers 2 weeks ago for $15. Yesterday, same 12-pack, $18. So there's something to be said about what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's
My yogurt went up by $1.
give me your stupid chart again, Telestrator boy.
I just deleted it. Hang on.
I completely get what you're saying, but
It's,
please feel what I'm saying too.
Inflation went up. See the Spot's first little circle? Yeah, I noticed it there, but when I noticed
But
it
it didn't
there.
affect you,
Hold
and
on,
you're
when
like,
I noticed it
whatever.
there, I was like, bummer. Now, in the last week or so, this
go.
is not progressive. This was like we saw a jump, right? We saw a jump to here, and then all of a sudden it was like,
Okay. So then now check this out, Rich. If you noticed it there, right, or you're feeling it there, whatever the case may be, right?
yeah.
Where you're thinking, that's ridiculous. Imagine somebody just getting by how they're feeling now.
I agree with Timothy.
That's
I said
crazy,
this
right?
yesterday. I said this yesterday to one of my buddies. I said, not to sound like, I try to be empathetic.
That's what I'm saying.
I try to be empathetic, and I say, what about the people that budget like, here's what I have for food? It is insane. I said, because I buy the same stuff all the time. I'm a creature of habit because I got little kids. So when I tell you I know what I buy,
and how much the total usually is. Right?
Fortunately, I'm pretty good at burning through the supermarket. Like I know what I want, I know what I get. I know price as well. I'm a pretty good shopper. I try to coupon. I got my digital coupons at Ralph's right on the app. But because I buy the same shit all the time, because kids are creatures of habits, like, all right, Emmy wants a turkey sandwich. She likes her pirate's booty. She likes her that. She likes her yogurts, her Go-Gurts. When I tell you, I'm noticing like double. The number one thing on the board, Spot it. Did I send you this picture? I'm going to send you it
By the
now.
way, Blackbeard, great ass.
Say it again.
Blackbeard, great ass.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Pirate's booty.
Oh.
Or is it Bluebeard? What's his name? Great ass. Jack
So-
Sparrow. Davy Jones.
Rocket Poo says, and now you know why politicians always ask, you're better off now than you were 4 years ago. I'd be curious to find anyone who would say they're better off under Biden right now, today, than when Trump was in office. Now, again, the mean tweeter, as the joke goes, how do you feel about the mean tweets now? The mean tweeter.
Yeah, but you can't throw it all on Biden. And I'm not a Biden
I'm
guy.
not
You
even
can't be like, hey, the world is the way it is.
I'm reading feedback.
Because guess what? Joe Biden's not he's not the president of all these other foreign countries that are dealing with the same thing. So we could shut that total narrative down, because as much as I'm not a Biden guy, you can't. If it was just Joe Biden, then explain the rest of the world, Covino.
Joe Biden.
Then explain the rest of the world.
I mean,
That's the answer, right?
things do go in cycles, and the economy goes in cycles. We're just on an economic downturn. It's just whoever's in office gets the brunt of it.
Hey, Smarty Pants, let me ask you this.
I don't know. Please don't ask me questions. I just know.
Are you the smartest guy in the room?
Not really.
Professor Spot.
Go ahead.
Historically, hey, maybe there's someone smarter than you, which is so hard to imagine. But
Are you kidding me? Our listeners are genius.
I know.
Geniuses. Lanny Poffos.
Answer this. Historically,
Go ahead.
how do we turn around inflation and a recession and the market, which has stumbled? So you have a bad
by
market.
massaging interest rates and
Yeah, but you can massage. What are we going to massage interest rates to 10%? Then real estate goes
Why
down.
don't we just print more money?
Isn't that sort
I
of
feel
the
like, well, that's
problemo that? Yeah, no, but Yellen.
that's what we did the past year.
I doubt she does much yelling. She's very old. But we're realizing now, if we have, I'm not the dunce here.
I put it on myself.
No.
Calm down. God.
If inflation is through the roof, and salaries are not going up, and like, isn't it a joke when people are like, your cost of living raise is like 2 to 3%? That's a joke now, right?
Yeah. Look, Wes from Idaho is saying what you're reading constantly. Crash is coming soon. Kevin Cedarholm says, stop printing money. I was being facetious. That was the joke. He's right. Randy Greer says the president gets blamed. It's just the way it is. Hey, man, Joe Madden got fired. Joel Madden. Joe or Joel? Joe. Joel Madden is a good Charlotte guy.
Yeah.
Joe Madden of the California Angels, the Anaheim Angels, got fired.
What about Benji Madden?
No, Joe
fine?
Madden,
Okay.
who's a World Series caliber manager, right? Got fired because the Angels lost, 12 in a row?
Yeah.
Is it his fault? Probably not.
Morale, but you're right. The
But what
players,
happens?
a player missing a 2-2 slider is not his fault.
But I'm sorry, but he's the what?
He's the scapegoat,
But he's the what?
the manager, the president.
So
Essentially,
he
yeah.
goes. He's
Yeah.
done. He's
He's
out.
the guy. It's same way Biden
The
or
blame
Trump.
falls on Joe Madden, even though we know he's not the
Yeah.
guy making these pitches and hitting fly balls. Joe Biden's going to get it because he's the fucking president. It's just how it is.
I mean, Stu hit us up saying, well, let's not forget on the other side of things, Trump printed $2 trillion during the pandemic. So who knows? My question to you is, Spot, I sent you a picture. This was the number one example of to me, groceries getting out of hand. Like, I'll give you a few, but before you show the picture, I know things as far as prices. I know things.
Dickie Columbus.
I like that. Coffee creamer. When I buy like the Silk or the Starbucks coffee creamer or like, your basic at-home creamer. Usually $3.99 for something. It's all like $5.99 now.
My egg whites went up like $3.
Really? Like $3?
A
Like,
gallon-
that's significant.
a gallon of
That's
milk.
ridiculous.
A
And I
gallon
use like a container a day.
A gallon of organic whole milk for Ben went from $5 or $6.99 to $8 or $9.99.
Jesus. That's nuts.
Spot, even I know I don't have them anymore, but I saw these. You know those yogurt cups that are with the cool flavors? What brand is that? The little flips.
I believe they're called flips.
The little
Dannon?
yogurt flip, the
Dannon
Dannon flips
flips?
where they got like cookies and cream or this. Those little things. They used to be on sale for $10 or at worst, 2 for $3. So $1.50 each. They're now $1.99 each. Pirate booty. A bag of fucking pirate booty. $7.99.
Really, dude?
$7.99
For a bag of like, air, it's full of air. That's crazy, dude. It really is, man. And I'm so not empathetic sometimes.
I don't know if Jim Ramsey is
And I
being the
gotta be
guy.
honest.
I don't know if Jim Ramsey's being the guy that says I look tired. Is this Rich's first year grocery shopping? My daughter's 5, and I do the grocery shopping for our house. So I've seen the little rise in prices.
But he's
I've seen
posing
the-
the question based on.
I've seen the-
Remember, you discovered the grocery store not
Yeah,
too
I mean,
long
but
ago.
I've seen the rise of prices go up. But then I'm telling you, there's something that happened over the last week or so where it went from, man, shit's getting expensive to, yo, are you fucking serious? Like, I was like,
Yo, I
nope.
can't believe $8 a bag for Pirates booty.
Oh, no joke.
That's ridiculous.
No joke.
I really do feel bad for people just getting by. And that is like 60% of the nation.
Everything is super, super expensive. Meats? Yo, a pound of ground beef used to be a couple bucks.
Well, that's where.
Now it's like,
But that was one of the first headlines, right? Milk. Well, after gas.
yeah.
Milk, meats. Now now we're down to pirate booty. Like, sorry, kids, we just can't afford it.
Sorry, we're getting the generic booty.
Yo, seriously.
I got the generic
Oh,
booty.
we're
I
getting
got the
squash-
I
you
got
got
the
the
generic I
swashbuckler
got the
booty?
generic booty to see if they noticed, and they're okay with it.
I
got
you
the
got Buccaneer booty?
Yeah. Hey, Spot, can you throw up the picture I showed you? Because to me, if you are a meat eater, a carnivore,
Jim Ramsey says, okay, guys, I got to ask, what is pirate booty? It's what Rich used to eat back in the early 2000s. It's hilarious.
how do people not know? How do people not know pirate booty? Do you not know what Jim? Do you know what a potato chip is? Do you know what popcorn is? A pretzel, maybe. Pirate booty's been around for a long time.
It's been around a long time, but I only used to get it for my daughter. So maybe, he hasn't been in the dad of a kid game in a long time. I don't know.
I feel like it's like a standard. It's like a cheese doodle sort of thing, like an air puff,
It's a
corn
doodle.
puff.
It's a doodle.
Look up shit. Google image pirate
Good.
booty.
Pirate booty's good.
It's good. I just
It's
feel
just
like
a regular
it's,
bag of cheese doodles, though.
it's-
$8.
Yeah, the
Why
bigger
doesn't
bag.
Jim and Ramsey Google pirate booty?
because he might not be the only one.
Yeah, but I feel like it's something I bought for my kid. So if it's, again, he's got grown kids.
I used to have someone we worked with used to buy it all the time.
Yeah, but I never bought it. I never bought it for me.
It's probably been
as an
around
adult.
longer than Jim Ramsey.
I never heard of Pirate Booty until this show.
Well, you know what, Jim?
And again, things are
Teaching you
regional.
things,
Certain
bro.
things are regional. So in fairness, it's just a bag of cheese doodles, but like higher end cheese doodles.
Apparently.
But not $8 a bag.
Pirate's Booty. Aged
like
white cheddar puffs.
Just corn puffs.
And the big bag of that was $7.99. It's like $8. By the way, Spot, your jerky went up $1.
Which one?
The
Archer
and all of them.
Archer's
The ones that were
Archer.
$6.99 and now $7 or $8.99.
Ridiculous,
But
man.
not to be the guy listing grocery
By the way,
prices.
Pirate's Booty was developed and produced in 1987.
Yeah.
So yeah, I figured. I imagine Jim's kids were born in the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, maybe 80s, 90s. I
Maybe
think
it
90s
didn't-
probably. Yeah,
didn't
90s.
hit North Carolina at that time.
So, Spotty Boy, to wrap up the inflation conversation, I'm just venting because I feel like everyone's dealing with the same shit and they're saying it's only going to get worse. I feel
By the
very
way,
fortunate.
made from the Hershey Company.
I feel very fortunate.
Start
and
stockpiling, Rich.
I tell Sarah, I go, I feel very fortunate and blessed because I can't imagine someone really going through the emotional stress of being like, yo, groceries are unaffordable.
Yeah, I can't even get cheese doodles for
my kid.
Like, that's wild, dude.
The-
Because you're thinking you got to get the essentials regardless of how much they are. Bread and milk. Got to get the bread and milk. Bread and milk's costing you $35 now.
Oh, I know what I bought.
Got to get the bread and milk.
Know what I bought?
Stressful times.
I sound like a cheapo, but Emmy doesn't notice the difference. I got the big bag of the generic Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles. Because it was like $5 for the big bag. A carton, like the regular cereal box, $5.99. Just get fucking Fruity Pebbles.
$5.99. You should get a boomer and a carton. Just
There it
saying.
is.
Yeah.
Generic.
Just saying.
Go generic. Time to go generic.
Well, hey,
it's a lot of times it's made in the same fucking place as the regular.
Spot, you know how it used to be like fast food or eating out was the cheaper option? I bet you that gap has closed a little bit because, for instance, when we go to Fox on Sundays, every Sunday I get a chicken wrap at El Pollo Loco. It's a $5 combo. A pack of chicken breasts is like $15. So there's a part of me that's like, I bet you there's certain fast food deals that are better and cheaper. Spot, show the one picture and we'll
It's really
move on.
sad, man. It really is.
The one picture.
Oh, the picture of your meat.
Oh, before you show the meat, let me go healthy stuff.
Picture of Rich's
I also
meat,
want to see,
everyone.
like, is there,
Coming up.
like, prices are different nationally, right? It's going to be different regionally. Is there some sort of chart? Is there any, like, new update on, like, here's the percentages of like, cereal? Like, of course we heard milk, and of course we've heard meats. Like, what about the stupid things? Like,
Yeah.
potato chips went up 20%.
But they are essential foods, Eric. When you got to pack 2 lunch boxes every day, what do you give your kid a little side? You give him either a little fruit, a little snack in the sandwich. Like a typical kid's lunch is what? A little turkey sandwich.
Kids live on snacks and
Yeah.
cheese and puffs and things like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, these are essential. So a typical
Kind
lunch for Emmy or Ben,
in today's world,
little
anyway.
turkey sandwich, handful of like Pirate Booty or cheese
Puffs,
doodles,
yeah, any sort of
and like
puffs.
3 or 4 strawberries cut up. So you give them a little fruit, a little snack, and a sandwich. That's a fucking kid's lunch. It is essential,
Consumer prices are up 8.5%.
dude.
in the past month.
Probably in the last day.
From February 2021 to March 2022. So they've probably gone up 8.5% since March 2022.
I'm guaranteeing
Okay.
it because it's insane. Now, the fruits,
Oh, well, yeah, that's probably safe to say,
All
right?
right.
So let's say it doubled since then, from February to March, right? From March till now, it's probably gone up
Core
another at least
inflation-
8 to 10%.
Went up 0.6 core inflation. So that doesn't include groceries or gas.
The point of the story is inflation has gotten so noticeable.
Eight
It's on
point-
this guy's radar.
8.3%.
So it's bad.
but not all, but
8.3% in April.
the meat and the healthy stuff. But sadly, the stuff that's healthy is the worst. A big box of strawberries, $6.99. A little thing of raspberries.
So then what happens?
I put the P there.
What's
You
going to
hear that?
happen?
It's pretty good.
Raspberries.
Raspberries. $4 for that little plastic fucking. I'll be right back.
And then the bottom falls out.
Is this real?
And then the bottom
Hold on.
drops out.
So here's the inflation chart, right? By the year. Down here. See the years?
What's more inflated, Rich's head or the prices?
So remember when it was really bad in the 70s? And then it normalized. It's been going down. And here we are now.
Holy shit. No, that's a great little graph you found right there. Look at this graph. Look at that graph.
Yeah.
That's
Annual-
terrible.
Let's see.
It's really disgusting. It's gross. We're living in the shittiest times. It's like, once again, sorry, kids. We're failing you.
I wish I understood.
Sorry, kids of America.
Economics.
By the way, you know what a laughing stock we are to other countries,
Something
man?
But every country's going through this
No,
stuff.
no, but just in general, man. It's
Voodoo.
just gross.
Economics.
It's
This-
gross.
You've seen these, the tiny little how do you do of raspberries. This little how do you do.
Yeah, I get those all the time.
Raspberries.
This is like a $4 to $5 thing now.
Yeah.
It's a little thing. So you're like, oh, let's eat healthy. Let's get the kids fruits and vegetables and all the right thing. Nope. So what is each one? The quarter? Hold on.
Rich is the only fruit in this house.
25 cents. 50 cents. I mean,
Oh, you
But
can't do that.
does it all, again, this is
I
a
try not to break things down like that.
a
No, I
weird
say-
question,
I-
but does it all go back to the prices of fuel because that's how mostly things are transported anyway?
I don't know. That's a
Or-
great question.
You know what I mean? Like, I know,
No,
you
that's
know,
a great question.
prices are going to rise anyway, everything due to inflation. But when you add on the price of fuel, is that what's making it go next level?
But ask yourself this, Cove.
It has to be.
That's part of it. But then I got to ask this. So
I mean, that's probably obvious.
every time
but
something goes wrong in the world or in life, right? Let's say you get in a fight with a girl or you argue with your kids there's always you get in a squabble at work or a presentation goes wrong. Don't you always feel like there's some type of resolution? I don't know. Historically, I was trying to research yesterday. I'm like, inflation in the late 70s, early 80s, and the Wall Street collapse in 08. Like, how did we recover from these things? And how are we going to recover from all these things simultaneously? If inflation is off the charts, if the stock market's in the shitter, and wages aren't going up, and there's still all, where's the
J-Bot says,
how does it all turn around? Is what I'm asking.
it's called cost push inflation. Since gas is up, everything needs to be shipped. Exactly, Covino. Yeah, I'm wondering how much of it is gas. Like 60% of that is because of the high price of gas.
And by the way, I heard
I'm
something
wondering
about
how much of the impact is because of that. But
I read
it's sad, man. It is.
I read
And
something
I'm
about,
glad I feel blessed, honestly, Rich, because I got to tell you, I don't feel affected. I don't.
Well, you know what?
And
Keep
that's-
subscribing.
Yeah. No.
I love you.
I'm not saying I didn't notice. I'm just saying I feel blessed and fortunate. And I do feel bad for people that are like, fuck, I can't even buy Dipsy Doodles now.
Lisa Praggio.
By the way,
and
here's a question for you. Vending machine. Everybody knows vending machine prices. Like for a bag of Dipsy Doodles, like $1. What are they
probably
jacking up
$1.50 now.
Really?
Probably. Lisa said Boar's Head cold cuts went up $1.50 a pound here in New York, where she is. Think about that. You know what I buy? You know how I find it more convenient. You know how like in the same day they'll pre-cut the cold cuts and put them in that little Boar's Head little cooler that's out and about. You pick up the package and you're like, oh, what, a pound of $11? You're buying cold cuts for like $11. I'm like, what the fuck? So let's be done. What are the economists saying about this? I started to try to do a little digging last night, but my question was more, how do we get out of this? If the answer was very clear, then I think I would find an answer very clear. But when you have inflation, a bad economy, and everything,
Electric cars.
I don't know, man.
That's the agenda.
Is it the war is it Ukraine and Russia? If that ends or something goes down there, is that going to, because I saw something else about beware. Did you see this headline? Beware that most of the wheat in the world is somehow tied to Russia and the Ukraine, where in the next months, like everything any product that involves wheat is going to be affected.
I didn't know that.
Like, so, hey,
Can't say that I did.
buckle up, Buttercup. All right.
Sad state of affairs.
Spot, and end our segment with a picture of your meat.
No, it's a picture of your meat, Rich.
Oh, it's a picture of my meat. Emmy, as you know, my daughter loves steak. Emmy's like, Dad makes the best steak. Steak, Dad. She fucking loves steak. And when I tell you back in the day, which wasn't that long ago, skirt steak was a cheaper cut of meat. It was not, you do know that, right? I mean, I know you're not a butcher.
Shut up.
But you knew that like skirt steak was not.
Yes.
It was like a cheap meat.
You do know that.
You
of
do know.
course.
Well, Jim Ramsay didn't know what pirate booty was.
Okay.
Skirt steak used to be, no joke, like for a slab of skirt steak, carne asada, it's like $4 or $5, like within the last 10 years. It was like a shitty type of meat.
I mean, it is still a shitty.
Can you see it? It's a picture of Rich's meat. Can you see it?
You didn't have to zoom in on it.
That's funny, Spot.
You zoom in, I can't see it.
Rich sent a picture of his meat.
Go on, bro.
Just trying to find
Hold on, let me get my magnifying glass.
That's funny, Spot. You are funny. Oh, you did it.
So what used to be
here's Rich's meat.
Yo, 2 slabs of carne asada for me to make on the grill tonight. $15, and that's with the little Ralph's discount. So $17, $16.59 for 2. They're not big slabs of meat.
Discover other meats, Rich. Discover other meats.
You know what? Maybe my sister was right. She made a comment, but I thought she was just making a generic comment, but maybe she's right now. My sister Jen said something like, I feel like it's more expensive to buy food at the grocery store than it is to just get something. Maybe she's right.
I said that 5 minutes ago.
No, but I know, but
Yeah,
I
but I was
actually
like,
debated her because I'm like
I told
but
you.
still, steak at the store is still cheaper than steak at the restaurant.
No, but you know what? The prime cuts though, it's like you go to the deli counter now, it's like $31 a pound for like the prime USDA, and I'm like, that's like
Okay, so
it's like $10 less than like Outback Steakhouse or something, or like
but then
like,
Outback Steakhouse is going to go up another fucking $20.
You know what I noticed?
Because they're in the business of making profits.
Sarah and I went to a place called Myron's in New Braunfels, which is my favorite steakhouse.
You know how many restaurants are reprinting their menu now?
Myron's in New Braunfels is like the fancy spot in town, right? I went there with Sarah, and there's another place, McAdoo's, everyone loves. But New Braunfels, Myron's is the really, honestly, I'll put it up there, Covino, with Del Frisco's, Mastro's. I love it. Their ribeye and like their 12-ounce filet mignon, $68. I'm like, yo, we're so like okay with that, but like it was like used to be like $40-something, and we'd say that's expensive. Steakhouses went from 40-something to 60-something, and we were just like,
for your regular cut.
Yeah, over the last like 5 to 10 years, and we were like, okay. You now go to like a Mastro's Spot. How much is a Mastro's ribeye? Like a bone-in ribeye at Mastro's, bone-in is probably like $90.
Has to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
If again, they're trying to profit.
That's why all I'm going to do now, I'm with you. Ryan Caldwell, wrap it up with you. I'm going to Costco today. I'm going to buy 10 $5 chickens. Just cut them up and eat them over the next month.
Those rotisserie chickens
They're still only, when Costco.
They're just messy.
They're messy, but they're good.
But they're great, yeah.
Sarah likes the, pun intended. Sarah, insert joke here, guys. Sarah likes the dark meat. And I like the white meat, so we split up that chicken.
That's perfect.
I know.
What?
But those $5 chickens, you can make 2 to 3 meals out of that.
So a petite filet is $53. I feel like that went up like $10.
6 ounces, $53. Bone-in Kansas City strip is $70.
Yeah.
A bone-in ribeye, $71.
New York strip, $69.
No, it's depressing.
Yeah, all right, let's stop being depressing.
By the way, we also want to announce that our tier 1 listeners is going from $5 to $8. Just so you know.
$5 to $86. No.
That being said, guys, hey, these are the times we're living in. So if Rich has to buy pirate booty, you have to pay a little more than $5 a month.
No,
just kidding.
No, we'll keep it at $5, and I'll buy I'll buy generic puffs
for now because I got to go get gas.
Did somebody say dog meat? Jason Brown just chimed in.
Hey, what's up, Jason Brown?
But honestly, I think I'm going to go to Costco today and buy myself a $5 chicken.
Did you say myself? Are you turning into pirates?
I am. I'm going to buy myself.
Too much pirate booty.
What's the matter, Spot? You know what? I think this wire is a little
wonky.
You're constantly touching it.
Yeah, bro. Why do you do that? You really do.
I don't know.
I touched this wire.
Yeah.
You see me going like this?
I have no idea how, but
That's how I saw you do this.
That cord has come out, and that has a lock. It actually has a lock that locks it in place.
It does.
That cord has popped out more than I've ever seen a fucking XLR cable pop out.
It snaps. So how does it come out?
Yeah.
So, because then it wouldn't be me. Wouldn't it be?
Well, I love how you're talking into the microphone like it's connected.
Snapped. If it has a little give, doesn't that mean it's a faulty cable? I'm not yanking on it. Do you see me? I'm not pulling on a cord, dipshits.
He doesn't have this issue. Just saying.
I don't touch it really.
You're
I touched
constantly
I touched the
touching shit.
microphone, just not the wire.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, what do we got a
sports,
box of, Sarah?
Entertainment, life. We got some FedEx mail.
Oh.
We got mail. Thank you
Oh.
guys. If you ever want to mail us anything, our website, all our information is at covinoandrich.com. And I made a joke to end this discussion, but there's some truth to it. Everything's going to go up. Because guess what?
Why does someone have the address here?
I think it might be Wes.
Oh.
Wes in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
He is your favorite FedEx guy, right?
No.
Well, I'm going to give you some random news before we move
Cove.
on.
I mean, there's really no way to wrap it up other than like fucking buckle up. The next years of your life are gonna suck.
Save your pennies.
I saw something. Yeah, I don't want to be depressing because I'm like a happy, uplifting type of guy. I really never want to be the fucking Debbie Downer. But I saw an article that said the people that sort of look towards what the economy will look like in the foreseeable future are saying that there'll be very little growth for the next 3 years. They're saying like 2024 is like they don't see any growth, substantial growth at all in any sector till at least 2024, which means the next couple of years.
By the way, if you have any money saved, you should be sitting pretty for the next 3 years. You got to really feel bad about the younger kids who got nothing. You better start getting ready to live with mom for a few more years. That's the tough part. See, my kid will be 15. She's not even in the workforce yet. Right? So that's how you got to start thinking like, what are my kids going to do?
Well, my sister loves to point out
What are these younger people going to do?
My sister loves to point out that so much of people's success sometimes, now this is not an excuse, but she said a lot of times people's success is based on when they enter the workforce.
Yeah, time.
And my dad would always say, like, my dad had a fine career and, you know, he's retired and has money and he's fine. But my dad graduated from college during a terrible time in the economy where he's like, I was trying to find like some type of business job or something. He ended up just working for the city because he's like, there was just...
Did you see that video I sent you of the kid and how he feels about the workforce?
Yes, you know what?
Wasn't it a little sad, though?
It was sad.
Like,
And-
usually I don't give a shit. I really don't. I swear. I know it sounds terrible, guys, but I'm so consumed with my own life, self-centered son of a bitch, and my own problems and thoughts. I don't care that much about your problems.
You sent that to
you.
just me or Covino?
I sent it to you and Spot.
Oh.
I saw some kid going on a rant about how reluctant he is to enter the workforce. And I don't know why. It wasn't really that glass breaking, but something about him resonated with me and it made me feel bad for him. And I sent it to Rich because I feel like he was really hitting on how kids must really feel.
Yeah.
But like in a way I could understand. And it wasn't about like the economics of it. It's about like, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but just the whole overall vibe of this is what America has set me up to like enter.
So
I have no desire.
Spot, I just sent that clip to CNR, but my sister said the same way dad always talks about, you know, my dad had mentioned like when he graduated, it just wasn't a great time for jobs. So, you know, he went a different path. My sister graduated in 2008 and Stu even hit us up saying, worst year ever to graduate? 2008. I don't know if that's when he graduated. The best time in recent history apparently was 2010. My sister graduated in 2008. Couldn't find a job for over a year. You know, she worked at like an Italian deli just at as a checkout, like a checkout counter just to make some money because she needed a job. My sister had a 4-year degree, was looking for jobs, putting out resumes, but during the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, 2008, my sister's like, then those same people that graduated in 2008 that are in their mid-30s now, she's like, everyone my age was graduated into a depression, a recession.
Oh, yeah.
And then now people that are in their 30s that are starting families and have kids, you think they could afford a house when the housing market is? She goes, everyone my age has been set up for failure. And I'm like, yeah, it's a defeatist attitude, but it's sort of true.
Yeah, there is truth to that. I mean, just think of where we were in those years. There's absolute truth to that. That's what I'm saying. So, hey, guys, if you're subscribing to us, I'm hoping and imagining you're doing better than most, right?
But you know what?
But think about it. That's what I'm saying. At least take this time to say, well, I'm pretty fortunate if you have anything saved, because for the next 3 years, a lot of people are going to be fucked.
Who wants to be? Here's the question, though. I agree with
Especially young people with not a lot.
I agree when people say, well, maybe look into some type of craft or some type of blue collar thing, which I get. Trust me, I just paid a plumber a lot of money to fix like one little thing.
Trade,
A trade, but
I mean Minecraft.
But can we keep in mind that like, why are we? Yeah, you might make a decent living, but why? There's a lot of people that, you know what, like a nightmare would be like, oh, you're a plumber for the rest of my life. That's not that. For some, that's okay, but you really think everyone's like, oh, let me go be an electrician? That's not. No, not everyone's cut from that cloth. You realize that, right?
That's what this kid was saying. Yeah.
But like, not everyone's like
in this video.
Like I 100% agree. Go pick up a trade, become a plumber. But that's now you're saying, do you want to be a plumber for the rest of your life? And if you don't become the boss, then you're going to be a 30, 40, 50-year-old guy like going to people's houses on the weekend, crawling under their sink, adjusting pipes. Like, is that what you want to do?
Look what Carrie Kuhneman says. Someone called the wambulance. And you know what? I feel like that 90% of the time. I really do. But every once in a while, I'm like, I do think about the kids that are like, let's say 20-something, right? They didn't have enough time to build a savings where they're going to be comfortable in the next few years.
Well,
so all their goals and dreams have to be put on hold until they can afford anything. They can't even afford Pirates booty. They just don't have the savings. They don't have the money.
Well, we'll get into something a little more uplifting and fun after Spot plays this pimple-faced kid that I actually, when you sent this to me, Covino, I was like, you know, I sort of do feel for him because I'd imagine a lot of 20-something-year-olds feel like this.
I didn't know why I felt for him, but I did.
He looks like my brother, I think.
I did think that. I thought that too. Yeah. Here's how a lot of kids feel about just entering the workforce.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone talk about this, and I know other people are feeling this way. When you become an adult and you have to get into the real world and get that job and everything, it is so just uninspiring and unattractive once you know and see how corrupt everything is and just the system, the exploitations, everything. It makes me so uninterested. Like, I don't want to go into I don't want to be a part of any of this at all. But I need to make a living. I need to make money somehow so I can live. But I don't want to be a part of it at all. What do I do? It's all just so toxic. Like, everyone's just out to get each other. And you know when they say that's how they get you, everyone's trying to get everybody. Like, it's just fucked up. It's just really messed up. And I don't want to partake in any of that. I don't want to take advantage of anybody. And I don't want anybody to take advantage of me. Like, God, I hate it here. And I dare you to go tell me to live in the woods, because you can't do that either. You have to pay anywhere you go on this whole goddamn planet, because that's just how it is. Like, what? Everything is owned. Everything is claimed. There's nowhere to just exist. It's actually insane. This is 2022 on planet Earth. Welcome. Yeah, I haven't seen.
What do you do? I feel bad for that kid. Yeah. And I feel bad for that kid because I believe that's how a lot of young people feel. That hit me a little bit. I don't know why. I was in a mood, I guess, but it's like, yeah, you know how uninspired.
Yeah, but it's hard to accept it. Like, Bree said, that's life, kid. Get used to it. But like, I guess from a young perspective, it's like,
no, I had a bright outlook on entering the workforce. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking be somebody.
Maybe his attitude's wrong.
I was excited about it. But is it? I don't think it's his fault. Look at what we're presenting to this kid.
I know, but I mean,
like you said, it's part of the timing. It's like, how do you think your sister felt in
Carrie's saying, he just doesn't want to be a grown up. But I guess I agree, because I was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to tackle it and beat it. He's saying, I'm just so discouraged by the dog eat dog shitty nature of this world.
Yeah, and people are just out to get everybody, and the politics involved, and just like scumbags. That's all. That's really what the world's about.
You know what I thought about? I made, you know how a lot of times you make a good move and you don't even realize it because at the time you think it's a bad move, and sometimes you make what you think is a good move.
Rashawn's being facetious. He's saying just work harder. Unfortunately, that's still the best advice I can give.
I know. Well, you can't. I mean,
who's gonna? You know, people hit me up from my past. Man, I would have wished I stuck in radio. Man, you've done so great. You know what I did that they didn't do? I stuck it out and I just worked harder. So that's still the best advice I can give, man.
I made, you know how you make good and bad decisions financially? Sometimes you're like, oh, why'd I do that? And then other times you're like you lucked out. There was a time where Covino had all of his 401k. He never moved it out of the SiriusXM stock. And I was like, you never diversified it? But it happened to be the year SiriusXM went from like a dime to like $5. So I was like, bro, you made a good mistake.
By the way, did you see like they posted recently the average of Americans' 401k?
Yeah, it's sort of discouraging.
And it was like,
how are people going to
what
retire?
people make a year.
Yeah.
It was like, that's the average American's 401k savings?
Well, what I'm saying is,
honestly, it was like 80 or 60
no, it's
to
like
80.
$30,000 to $40,000.
Was it?
Yeah.
Put it this way, I was whelmed when I saw it. Because and then again, I felt very fortunate.
The sometimes you make a good mistake, and sometimes you make a bad mistake. Sometimes you make a decision, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. I borrowed against my 401k, and that's not usually advised, but it's a healthy 401k, so I was fine with it. For stuff for the house. I might have done that at the best time. I took out of my 401k last year $50,000, and I'm slowly paying it back. But you realize I took it out at its height, right?
Oh, it was the 401k. It was the average per age group.
Yeah.
So we were both right.
Yeah. But do you get what I'm saying? Like it's ill-advised to take out of your 401k. But I borrowed against my 401k while things were good, and now I'm paying it back when things are low. So isn't that sort of like I just sort of got lucky in a way?
Yeah.
Opposed to all the stocks I bought that went down, but still. Yeah, people got answers, man. Like, hey, work here, do this. Someone else said the military. You got to be cut from a cloth. You think the average person's like, yeah, sure, just join the military?
That kid feels stoked about that.
You think that pimple faced little weenus in the car that was just talking? You think he's gonna be in the Navy?
It's not the outlook. That's not the life he wanted. Sucks, but that's also reality. There is a reality. It's like, hey, you know what, kid? Life's not all about what you fucking want.
Yeah. Well,
all right,
hey,
let's get to
move
some
on.
mail real quick. Spot, give us the mail.
And
time.
then a good story. We'll get some good stuff.
And Rando News. We're Covino and Rich. Thanks again for your subscription. We do appreciate it, especially now more than ever.
Mail.
Come on. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
By the way, it's a box inside a box, so I gotta open this
What's
too.
in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? Check
What's
it
in
over
the
there.
box?
Come over here, Spot.
What's in the box?
This is from who?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess West because they have my address, and it came to my house.
Little howdy. Dude.
Yeah, enjoy the sweet life, Wes.
All right, I opened it up for you. Ooh, I see.
Oh, there's big boxes. Big boxes. Bags.
Oh wait, we all got a bag.
Big bags.
Nice. Mail time.
Oh, Wes and Bree.
Holy moly, what is this?
All right, we got chocolates.
No way. Popcorn.
Snowy chocolate popcorn.
Oh, popcorn.
What's the occasion?
You guys, so sweet. I'm gonna house that tonight.
A severed head.
Danielle's chocolates
And Brad Pitt's wife's head.
for the connoisseur.
No.
Oh, that's so nice.
Wait, Wes and Bree.
And by
Love
the
you
way, what are
guys.
these? These are like temperature controlled bags, I guess.
Yeah, keep that too, right?
No, seriously.
I get
Look,
Take that to the beach.
look at that. Look, keep the hot food hot and the cold food cold.
Yeah.
You know what this is? They want us to buy tickets to their wedding.
Yeah.
Wow, man, so nice. Look at
Thank
that.
you.
Generosity still exists
Yeah.
in this time.
Yeah, they
It's
heard us-
amazing.
Well, they you know what it was? They heard us talking about how much we give for a wedding gift.
Wow. Is that what it is? Ooh, this is fun. How this
Thank you
opened.
so much.
Hey, Wes and Bree, love you guys.
Snacks.
Snackies.
Rich would have
Snowy
preferred
chocolate
pirate
popcorn.
booty, right? So, Jim Ramsey, yes, I'm going to get back to the Rando News.
Have fun with this little box.
Oh, took a real touch spot.
Not your first or your last.
Hey, thanks for the box. I thought it was popcorn. Oh, there was something in there. That's Wes's replica of his butthole.
He modeled it. It's a chocolate butthole.
It's a chocolate. Yeah, it's chocolate. Yeah.
Wes and
Talk
Bree,
about-
thank you so much. You guys are great. Honestly, too
Me?
nice.
Rich. Me. Rich.
My stories are just random. That's what Rando News is.
Yeah.
It's basically what stood out to me and I feel fits the fabric of this show. If you want to contribute and add to it, by all means, please. Rando News of the day.
Rando.
Real quick, right quick.
Spot, why do you have paper cuts on your penis? No reason.
It's probably sports.
News. No, my first story is I think everybody saw Matthew McConaughey yesterday, right? all the viral clips of him discussing gun control at the White House. We're calling on Matthew McConaughey, and he did a great job of making some great points because he was born and I think partially raised in Uvalde, Texas. Uvalde.
Yeah.
But it was powerful, man. You know, I mean, I don't care if it takes Matthew McConaughey. That was a lot of the criticism. Like,
yeah, but why does it matter if it's him?
It
I don't
doesn't
get that.
matter.
So it's better if it's the Ted Cruz or something, or
it doesn't matter to me
or
because
Beto O'Rourke. Like, it doesn't. To me,
who's going to make an impact?
Donald Trump is president. Like, all rules are gone. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, actor, musician. If you have insight or you have a way that you think you got a way or an idea to help, who cares?
The minimum age to purchase an AR-15 rifle to 21. We need a waiting period for those rifles. We need red flag laws and consequences for those who abuse them. These are reasonable, practical, tactical regulations.
I agree.
To our nation, states, communities, schools, and homes. Responsible gun owners are fed up with the Second Amendment being abused and hijacked by some deranged individuals.
You can stop
These
it there.
regula-
Stop.
I mean,
I think a lot
honestly-
of people saw it. I just thought he presented, again, guys, this is just my opinion, a very fair take on what's going on, because he also established his position as, I'm from here and I grew up shooting guns and loving guns. And this is how I feel, and this is how I think we could balance it.
My problem with it is that most gun owners that are like the people that like love guns, it's all straw man argument, because no one's saying take away your guns.
And he wasn't
And
either.
no, and that's the thing. Like, the straw man argument that drives me insane is when it turns into like, well, you're not taking our guns. No.
Well, maybe that's why he's the best guy to
but I'm
talk
saying
about
no
it, you
one
know?
wants to take. This is not about taking guns away. No one's going to take your gun. So the reality is that straw man argument, you could shove it up your ass. Anyone that thinks an 18-year-old kid should buy that type of gun, then we just think differently. I have no clue on earth why an 18-year-old boy should be able to walk into a store and buy that gun. That seems insane to me. And anyone that thinks an 18-year-old kid with pimples on his face that's going through all these weird, like, kids, these kids are playing video games, involved in social media, misguided, don't know what's going on in the world. If you think an 18-year-old
They're lost.
Yeah, they're lost little kids. 18, get the fuck out of here. And let me tell you, the straw man argument, those got to stop. Anytime someone says,
I'm seeing a lot of
anytime someone talks about
facetious feedback. I've used that word several times, but I've seen like, oh yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious, and you know, who cares about what McConaughey says, sort of vibe. But he might resonate more with, like Rich said, some random politician.
Yeah, but
and again, he's from there, and he's not against guns.
But my point
he made it very
is-
clear he's not against guns.
My point is, no one, I can't imagine anyone thinking that doesn't have NRA. There people that don't have the NRA in their pocket, or the NRA. For anyone that's not in cahoots with the NRA, for anyone to think that an 18-year-old pimple-headed boy should go be able to buy something like that, you're out of your mind, and we're never going to agree on it. That's all.
It was very viral, just a viral. Powerful. It was. Someone said, "Yeah, real powerful."
Oh, and then I saw a great clip about someone talking about, well, then they'll get it illegally. Well, that's first of all trickier. And why do people think it's so easy to just illegally get things? You think some 18-year-old kid could just go on the black market and go on the dark web and find a gun?
I do. But
Yes.
I mean, why make it easy?
You think so?
Why make it
Or
easy?
get it from a friend.
I do think
or
that. But
another family member.
Again, that's
Why make it
harder.
easier?
That's
Why
the
make it
dumbest
easier?
argument of all time. Like, oh, he'll just get it somewhere else. Well, yeah, and it might be easier. No, I mean, it won't be easier. It'll be
won't be
harder,
easier, but-
and he might not be able to get one, or that moment may pass, that insane moment may pass. Anyone that disagrees with me, I just don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying, here's all I'm saying. I think Matthew McConaughey did a good job of keeping it a balanced and powerful conversation.
He talked about the kids. I saw a clip where he talked about one of the girl's shoes, and that's how she was identified.
It looked like he cared. I mean, then again, he's an actor, but he's from there.
It's a military.
He grew up there.
You
Those
can
type of
tell- no,
guns.
he's a very intelligent, very
McConaughey's great, man.
reflective individual. Like, if you ever see any of his interviews,
Of course, yeah.
Like,
It
he's
was
very
cool.
like
I thought it was cool.
down to earth, very like thoughtful. Read his book.
No one on planet Earth that is a civilian.
Did he say he was there the next day?
No
You know
civilian.
what hit me? Did you hear? I'm sorry to interrupt, Rich, but did you hear? He said like he felt the sadness and the trauma, like from inside the car, like he knew just.
Oh, did you hear that teacher?
Kids, right?
You hear the teacher that got shot speaking? I couldn't even get through it. I'm like, this is going to make me cry. The guy saying he told the kids to sleep under their desk and he got shot, and it's the worst. But anyone that thinks that type of gun should be purchased by an 18-year-old kid, there's no reason. I don't know. You can't convince me. I don't know how you could convince anyone. I don't get it. Who do we got on the phone spot?
Real quick.
Is this Leon?
Anyway, have to acknowledge that it was the most viral clip yesterday.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys. I just wanted to say you guys have been doing a great job lately on the show.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, my phone was breaking up. But I wanted to just weigh in on the gun thing.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
a
up,
gun
man?
guy. I'm not going to get into anything too crazy, I promise.
It's fine.
But this shooting in Uvalde, like a lot of the other ones in the past and that are currently happening, there was already a crap load of red flags. There was already the FBI knew about this guy. The FBI knew about this guy.
Yeah, no doubt. But aren't we?
It's ridiculous.
Isn't that?
I don't understand it.
But no, of course. There's so many layers here, right? There's a mental health problem, but there's also a problem with an 18-year-old kid being able to buy a gun that should only be used in the military.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Plus, where does a kid like that get $4,800 to buy 2 AR-15s and a whole rack of ammo?
Yeah.
Follow the money. Who
Bro,
gave him that?
you
It
ain't
wasn't
kidding,
his
man. There's
grandma,
so
it
many
wasn't
issues.
his parents. They
There's
knew he
mental
was
health
crazy.
and access, and you combine those two.
I agree. It's
and
not just guns. It's definitely not just guns.
You combine those things, and it's bad news. Bad news.
Yeah, I agree with you and with Matthew McConaughey. I don't want anyone over the age of 21 owning an AR-15. And by the way, AR, I'm tired of people saying it stands for assault rifle. It doesn't. It's
No,
an
it's just a
armalite
brand, right?
rifle. So anyway,
brands are type,
have
right?
a great day, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate
it.
He's talking about 18 years. I get nervous when I'm looking in out my car at a red light, and the person next to me looks like a high school kid. I'm like, I don't even want them driving a fucking car, let alone
a sentiment coming in, and I kind of agree with it. Well, then you can't expect 18-year-olds to go defend us in the military if you don't think they're trustworthy enough to buy a gun.
Then fine, agreed. Then
I don't
care.
I think it's different. It's about mental health. So
it is about mental
that's
health.
where the issue is.
It is, but
like,
we also shouldn't be handing
people
these
that are
people
So you think
people with
18-year-olds
issues.
should get guns like that?
No, but it's people with issues that are unchecked, and it's not necessarily the age; it's the person.
All guns are not created equal. Think of anything else.
Tony
It's
H
not
says,
the age; it's the person.
I don't think anyone in this room is denying that it starts with mental health.
But it starts.
I don't think anyone's denying
It starts at mental
18-year-olds
health.
Can vote. You can vote at 18.
It starts at mental
you can
health.
affect how the country's run at 18.
It starts at mental health.
Number one. Yeah,
It starts
we
at
all
mental-
agree there,
It
guys.
starts at mental health, but don't tell me.
Just saying.
Don't tell me that there aren't different types of guns, dude. There's different types of baseball bats. There's different types of fucking sneakers. There's different things. There's different levels of everything. So to be like a handgun or a rifle for hunting, to say that
He's right,
is
there's the sneakers that I got, and then there's the sneakers that he got.
exactly.
Right,
$9 Walmart.
There's
bad boys.
Walmart,
Right.
and then there's
There's
There's-
the shadows.
I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking about what people spend money on. I thought of bats because on my softball league, there's guys that spend like $500 for a certain softball bat. Like, there's different, everything you buy, there's high end, low end, high intensity, low intensity. If you think that for hunting or for protecting your family, you need that, get the fuck out of here. And if the government was going to take us over, you think you with your gun when a tank rolls into your town is going to do anything anyway? Come on, use your head.
But hey,
You gonna form a militia?
I just thought Matthew McConaughey, who was getting criticism for like why Matthew McConaughey, thought he did a good job. Not easy getting up there. Hey, he was there. He was there. The next day, if I'm not mistaken, he was there. Who better? He was born there. He knows the people.
I know Cloveman is a
But he
big
did a
gun.
good job.
I know Cloveman's a big gun guy.
That's all I'm
I'm just
saying.
curious from a guy like him.
Yeah.
What's the argument for like? No, it's. I think an 18-year-old should be able to purchase that. For what reason? To shoot rodents?
I think a lot
To
of
go?
people who
For what reason?
I
For
think-
fun?
I think a lot of the gun people who are passionate about guns, I should say, are just they want to acknowledge like the real source of the problem, because a lot of people are just blaming guns when I do agree.
Gun is part of the blame.
It's part of the blame.
People don't guns don't kill people. People kill people.
The first thing
the
first thing we should tackle is the mindset and mental problems with these kids. And McConaughey addresses that too. Like there's a problem. Yeah, there's a problem with our youth, and we need. Yeah. He goes on that whole rant of like there's a I forget what he says exactly, but there's a problem with our youth, and we need to fix it.
Did he say all right at any point?
He didn't.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yes, you're making it easier, but like you gotta keep in mind, it's like someone decided that they wanted to go out and kill people, and they found a weapon to do so.
You're out of your mind.
But the genesis of that is they wanted to go out and kill people. It's not like they're like, oh, I got a gun now.
Right.
I guess I can go kill people.
I think gun people are just so fixated on like you're skipping over the real problem. You know what I mean? The real problem is there's crazy.
The real
kids.
problem is crazy kids. But
Rich, if I go out and buy a gun, it doesn't automatically mean I'm going to go kill people,
which is fair.
Well, but if psycho kid, let's go. Little Johnny's a psycho kid. He wants to hurt people.
Yes, I know.
Do we want to make it easy for Johnny, or do we want to make it difficult for Johnny?
But why aren't we addressing the fact that Johnny wants to go out and kill people?
But I love the driver's license analogy.
We're not acknowledging the core of the problem enough.
Why Johnny wants to go kill people?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
but you know what? That needs to be something. No one's debating that. We all agreed that was number one issue, is that these kids are all mental health is a major problem. But what I'm saying is, if we have to go jump through hoops to get a driver's license, get a passport, go to offices, sign papers, do all this, what? And no one seems to bitch about that, right? Hey, you got to go to the DMV, pain in the ass. Hey, you got to go to the TSA to get your pre-check. You do all these things. Why are we like, no, but we can't expect you to jump through any hoops to get a fucking huge gun.
If
Brett makes a good point too, though, and that's what we're saying, but he puts it nice and concise. Crazy kids plus easy access to guns equals these school shootings.
What if you didn't give this kid access?
Not just mental health.
What if this Uvalde kid?
It's not just mental health. It's a collective.
And what if this kid didn't? What if this kid didn't have the ability to walk in and buy these guns? Then what? Let's take you through it. You're like, well, he would have found it anyway. Tell me how. Let's go.
Black webs, dark webs.
You know how to get on the dark web?
No, but kids like that.
All right, but then he goes in the dark, and then what? Then maybe it's a sting operation because people. I'm sure.
Honestly,
this
is Texas.
Black market.
This is Texas.
Robs it from where he goes into a gun store and robs
someone who might have one. Yeah,
friends and family
that
Texas.
Don't have it locked up.
Yeah, easy.
So you think it's just so easy?
There's gun smugglers, pieces of shit. Birds of a feather. They know. They'll find it. I do agree with that. They'll find it. But why make it easy?
Yeah, but
that's fair.
Why make it easy? You make it sound like it's so people can't find baby formula. You think they're gonna find like illegal AR-15s? Like they're just laying around like, oh yeah. And then if someone shoots someone with a gun you own, you're sort of on the hook for shit.
Well, Matthew McConaughey.
You're giving your gun to someone else? If someone's like, hey, let me borrow your assault rifle, your AR-15s, you're gonna be like, yeah, sure, here, take them.
By the way, you could also. With it, like we can kill people with like other guns.
Yeah, but not the same way.
But what do you
ever see John Wick?
Are you playing dumb?
No.
Do you play dumb on purpose sometimes?
No, I think you. Never mind.
You think a gun is the same as what that kid used?
I understand your passion, but I think it's based in a little bit of ignorance, and so is mine.
Ignorance.
Yes.
Ignorance.
You don't have firsthand knowledge, nor do I.
You think
that's why I choose to stay out.
You don't need knowledge to know the difference between automatic.
You don't know you don't know the difference between what that kid used.
I out of these conversations because I don't have the proper knowledge.
Well, I just know what we're saying is pretty balanced.
What we're saying is pretty obvious, and you're playing dumb for maybe contrarian purposes. No. You think a regular handgun and what that kid uses is the same thing?
No, I don't. But
what?
You can still kill people with both.
And the same magnitude and speed and with the same deadly force.
They couldn't even identify these kids.
Well, that's different. That's just the magnet. But you can still kill someone. It doesn't have to. Their head doesn't have to be blown off, but you still kill them. Kill someone with a knife.
So, now a knife is the same thing.
I'm just saying, Rich. There's intent to kill, and you have the means to do it. It'll happen.
But both problems need to be addressed, not just one. Yes. And there's not like a consecutive order. They both need to be addressed. It's sad. So I was going to skip this story, but it kind of goes, well, it doesn't go, but it goes with this like very political underlying tone today. That wasn't the point, but there is, because it's the world we're living in, talking about inflation, the gun issue. But I saw Jimmy Carter was trending today. I was like, oh, Jimmy Carter died? Because he's like 196 years old, right?
Is he 100 yet? Did he hit 100?
No, I think he's 96.
Jimmy Carter. I think he
Jimmy
might be older
Carter's
than that.
trending. So my immediate thought, anytime you see some old guy trending, you're like, oh, he died.
Oh, shit, he's going to be 98 this year.
Wow. And he's only trending because news outlets are saying that Biden will be remembered as worse than Jimmy Carter. And we know he didn't have the greatest reputation as president, but then he's only trending because so many people are agreeing, like, yeah, Biden's worse than Carter. But then there's all these Carter people saying, look, hey, he wasn't a great president, but he was such a good humanitarian and great guy. Like, he sort of got a shit hand in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And even though Jimmy Carter, like, I don't think anyone's disagreeing, like, oh, he didn't have a great run as president. Lame duck president, right, Spot? As you said. He was still a great man and had great impact in society. So as a result, Jimmy Carter's trending because people are just arguing, like, Biden's the worse than Carter. Yeah, but Carter, he was terrible. Stop betting on the Carter. Like, how can you even compare Carter to Biden?
Jimmy Carter
he's trending as a result.
Jimmy Carter is known as like a really good humanitarian, but you're right. As a president, he is considered like on the bottom tier.
People are saying Jimmy Carter, maybe not the greatest president, will be remembered as one of the greatest Americans of all time.
Yeah. That's
very
cool in philanthropic.
Itself. That's kind of cool.
Jimmy Carter, there was a time period.
Look at this.
There was a time period in the late 70s until Reagan took over in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
He had a couple like Ford and Carter. There was a couple back-to-back stinkers.
Yeah, that's when I was born.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter was my president.
My president too.
Ford was my president. That's fucking crazy for like a month. Brooklyn dad, random
you
guy.
remember that though, right?
He started. By the way, Jim Ramsey pointed out something that I do know since he's our executive producer, Jim Ramsey.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter, post White House, did start. I'm sure Habitat for Humanity. Right. He builds all those houses. He does all this great work. So.
I've known that about the guy, and he was able to earn a lot of respect as a result, as a good guy. So people are defending him, saying, "No, man, yeah, he may have been a shitty president, but like." I don't know.
You could be a good president.
As a result, there's been a lot of back and forth, and he's trending worldwide
He
right
didn't
now.
start Habitat for Humanity, but he made it a
thing.
You could be a good guy, bad president, and you could also be.
He was very big
bad president, good guy.
Yeah, he was.
Like it doesn't, they don't go hand in hand.
I should end on that, but I wanted to read one comment.
The joke is that he was a peanut farmer, right? But he was big into.
Didn't he have his own beer too, or something?
He was in the military. He was into civil rights. He was a good man.
What was his beer? He had a beer, right? Didn't Jimmy Carter have a beer
named after his brother or something?
Billy Beer.
Yeah. This is just random commentary. Since President Jimmy Carter is trending, probably a good time to remind folks that he's an amazing human being. More grace and dignity in his pinky than the entire GOP. To be compared to him is a compliment. So I guess that's really the genesis. Is that the word? Phil Collins represent of why he's trending. It's like, yo, to be compared to Jimmy Carter, that's a good thing. Let's not badmouth this guy. 96. He's 98 almost. But he's trending. So I thought he died. He didn't die.
Thank God.
Jimmy Carter.
But he will die one day, and it won't be a tragedy. You know why? Because he's 97.
And he's lived a very good life.
What age could someone die?
Coasted it along.
What age could someone die where you wouldn't say, oh man, like tragedy or bad or like that's sad?
Tragedy!
No. Did that yesterday.
Tragedy! 85 or more?
90?
Anything over 85?
Anything over 85.
Like if someone dies at 88, you're not going to be like, man, they went too soon.
Nah, good life. Maybe
I say 88 might be the
90,
number.
90 is an automatic, like, they had a great life.
Like anytime I see one of my friends, if I have a friend,
did you suffer? Did you suffer? That's the other thing.
If I have a friend,
didn't suffer.
If I have a friend who's like, yeah,
gotta respect that.
If I have a friend who's like, yeah, my grandma died, my first thought is, man, you're in your 40s and you got a grandma. How old? She was 98. I always say, I say, of course, I'm sorry, but I say, my first thought is like, what a life.
What a life.
Like, hey, you got to be.
She didn't suffer, but what a life.
Wow. You know, if only we all lived to 98 and got to see like our grandkids and great grandkids and everything. That's something most people don't get to see.
80 plus, Tony H says. Spot, did you want to say something else or you had a phone call? Or?
There's someone on the phone.
Who we got?
Let's say hello.
Who we got?
It's Miguel in Texas. God knows what he's going to say.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
It is what it is.
Yo, what up?
Hey, I got a phone call. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hey, y'all, back to the guns.
Hey, who are we more important than? Who are we on the phone with?
Y'all are always important. I always listen to you
No,
guys.
but I'm curious. Who was on the other line that you said that
Thank you.
we were more important than?
It was one of our chemical guys.
Yeah, okay, good. What's up, buddy?
What, are you making meth over there? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Nah, man, it's a sad situation, but it's just the sign of the times. You know, your people that push guns, their deal is if you do these laws here, which are good laws that they're thinking about, but the thing is, you give them that law, they're going to. Well, then when is it going to stop?
Everyone always says that, and I think it does stop. People, I'm not saying just about guns. Like,
And I don't like it as much as you do, you know. But I'm sorry, Rich. We're at these times now, man. You got to level the playing field. It's just the way it is.
Oh, he's saying like you got to protect yourself.
Like you
We're at a
think the
point
government's
now.
coming after you, and you need to
gotta
protect your family.
yourself.
You think you need to protect your family from the government?
From people the people who have guns that use them in that situation.
I mean, are we?
There's a lot of
Is it the
them,
Wild
and they
West
can
right
get
now?
guns.
Yeah, are we living in 2022 or
I
the
don't
Wild
know,
West?
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean-
Maybe you're right. Hey,
Especially
listen,
in
for all I know,
South
maybe you're right.
Texas, if you speak Spanish, man, you could get guns real easy.
If you speak Spanish, you could get a gun real easy. Just know that. Just note that.
And you got the money and you can speak Spanish real good.
Dinero,
in South
pistola.
Texas, man, you can get guns.
Sí,
real
dinero,
easy.
mucho. Mucho amor.
Chupa mi benga.
I mean, I appreciate the call. It's an interesting thought. I mean, that's the flip side to the argument, right? And it does make you think. It's like, well, yeah, shit goes down, as Cypress Hill said.
When the shit goes down,
You better get ready when the shit goes down.
I want to know what chemicals he was getting.
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
You want to be ready, right? Like if maniacs like this do have access to that shit, how are you prepared? Dang, yo, I don't live in that kind of fear yet. I just don't. But when shit's happening in your backyard, yeah, you might feel a little different. Look, it's tough. There's no right answers. Matthew McConaughey was impactful. That's all I can say about that. All right.
I don't know. When people say, where does it stop? People always say, where does it stop? My thought is like, it doesn't need to be like, man, but then again, I don't want to get in this argument. People are like, well, then they'll do this next. It's like, or sometimes you just need to make, people forget that there have been so many amendments to our Constitution over the years or different laws that are changed. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean like, Covino, this is step one of them taking over. It could just be a reasonable law that makes sense. It doesn't need to be step one of the fucking government.
You know when this stops? This stops when the sun dies out and becomes a black hole and we all get sucked into it.
Yeah.
That's when this stops. In a few billion years when we all die.
Yeah. You would think I wouldn't care because my kids play with dinosaur toys all day. But last night, you know what I watched for a minute on Apple TV? I'm changing gears. I'm done with this.
Oh, I'm still in the news. I know you're done, but I'm still in the news. It's like only 3 more things.
Let's hear the rest of the news. I want to hear about what you watched.
Yeah. I know you don't care because you're ready to move on, but the Foo Fighters are planning 2 tribute shows for Taylor Hawkins, and people are pretty fired up about that. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be sad.
I imagine like every legendary drummer is going to come out of the woodwork to fill in.
For our dear friend, this is from the Foo Fighters. Yeah, I would imagine Chad Smith, Chili Peppers, whoever's around to participate. Nandi Bichelle, that little girl, I'm sure will be involved.
Barker, I'm sure will jump in.
Travis Barker. For our dear friend, our badass bandmate, and our beloved brother. Do you say beloved or beloved?
Beloved.
When you're saying something tribute,
beloved,
you say beloved.
Foo Fighters and Taylor Hawkins family bring you the Taylor Hawkins tribute concerts. September 3rd in London, Wembley Stadium.
Wow.
September. So I mean, we're talking big shit.
It's a big
September
stadium.
27th, the LA Forum.
Can we go? Can you give me tickets?
Tickets on sale June 17th. And of course, Taylor Hawkins family made a public statement too about like, you know, they're just thankful for all the support.
That's gonna be a cool show.
Yeah, sad.
What Lithium and Turbo guy should definitely be there.
Oh, look who!
I think so.
Look who commented on the post.
Who?
Nandi, the girl.
Oh, what'd she say?
Hearts.
She just put hearts.
Oh, yeah, she's great, man.
But
What a
I
great
wonder if that
spirit.
means she'll be involved.
Powerful little spirit she got. She's a great kid. So just throwing that out there. Again, news to me. Beavis and Butthead. You think the news, hold on, you think it can't get any better than a new movie coming out June 23rd? Way back on a Wednesday, they were groundbreakers, right?
Beavis and Butthead got a movie?
June 23rd, Paramount Plus. Yeah, you didn't see it? Oh,
I don't have Paramount Plus.
But whatever. I mean,
No,
you
but I'm
haven't
saying
seen
I
the
didn't see the ad, no.
Well, according to Metal Injection, here's the movie trailer. They're back.
Whoa. Beavis and Butthead do the universe.
We're doing it.
This rocket's shaped like a dick.
June 23rd. New B&B. We're like Airbnb.
Shut up.
We're in a rocket.
Smarter?
The Earth sucks.
Come on, it's funny, dude.
I mean,
all new movie.
I think the floor's not working.
They're floating. Come on, we need this right now.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you. We need Beavis and Butthead right now.
We need this.
Look, it's the black hole.
Look at that number up there on the billboard. There's a 2 and then some kind of circle. No, dumbass, not that number. That one. 69.
So dumb. This is so up your alley.
We need it.
It's like just these fat people standing there. Who are you, fart knockers? Amusing, yes. Humorous, yes. Satirical comment on the time. Yes, amusing.
The dumbest science fiction movie ever.
I think the floor stopped working.
I can't wait for this.
Then they're old. They see their old selves.
Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, a new movie streaming June 23rd, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
By the way, that's old news.
This changes everything.
I can't wait.
This is like
The
Beavis and
update.
Butthead do the
I can't
multiverse.
wait.
Yeah, but the update spot.
Is it going to be in
Multiverse of
theaters?
Madness.
No, I think this is the cooler update. Here's something we haven't seen since it aired on Liquid Television and then MTV. The premise of Beavis and Butthead
Todd?
was not only the cartoon shorts, right? They had cartoon shorts. And they had cartoon shorts.
And they had
short
shorts.
shorts.
Yeah, short shorts.
Little white socks and black sneakers. But their whole premise was they would sit there and watch the videos and make fun of them.
Yeah.
Right? They would be like, this guy sucks. And they'd be watching, like, what is this guy in the video? Look at this guy. Why are all the guys fat? Right? How many fat guys are in this band? Like, they would just shit on videos. They're now remastering the full episodes available on Paramount Plus, where you're going to be able to watch the entire segment of them making fun of the videos plus the cartoons.
That
We haven't seen that. Beavis and Butthead remastered episodes on Paramount will include all their music videos. And again, even if you had the DVDs, all you got were the cartoons. You never saw the footage of, I don't know, I guess they obtained the rights to the videos.
Well, I was going to say the music rights are
Right, the music
a thing.
rights.
So.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's cool. So that's an update there.
All
Made me happy.
200 plus episodes. Wow.
Can I throw something in the Covino
That's a
news?
lot. Sure, of course.
Camille Vasquez, Johnny Depp's attorney.
She got a promotion, right?
She
got
is now a
fat ass,
partner.
she
She's
got.
a partner at her firm now.
I bet you that's the silver lining for Johnny Depp, honestly. Like,
Hey, he
I'm
helped
very
this
happy
woman's
for you.
career.
Yeah, like I'm very happy.
And apparently, she said, of course, I'll see Johnny again. We're friends. I love his music, and we'll probably jam out. So nothing romantic, but she's like, Johnny's now a friend.
Do you see, what's his cologne spot?
Savage.
The commercial is just, it's so great. You've
Never
never
seen a
seen it?
Savage commercial?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude.
Man.
Apparently they're one of the only sponsors that haven't like bailed on him or hadn't bailed on him, right? But it's just him being a rock star because she says she loves his music. I kind of want, I swear to you, I'm not like a sucker for advertising, even though I got this because I saw it on Shark Tank.
You want it.
I want it just based on this commercial.
And he looks cool there.
Yeah, watch.
He's so rocking, too.
Are you the wolf?
I feel
And a wolf?
This hits me. It's a wolf, guitar.
Wild thing. Grumpy.
What a cool commercial.
In the wilderness.
Talks.
Fearless. And human. Sauvage.
I think I want it.
Savage. Yeah, I love it. So
Sauvage.
anyway.
Savage.
I bet you he's happy for her success
Yeah.
because she really rocked it.
Yeah, she said that she's going to be a partner.
Something I can't
They're like
see.
SNL bits.
And she's sort of like a celebrity now.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Come on. This doesn't feel like a Saturday Night Live sort of bit.
Sausage.
Sausage. That's what you need. You're going to get sausage.
Yeah, Covino, I got the wrong one. I got sausage.
I'm not even kidding you. I want that cologne now.
What, sausage?
No. Sauvage.
No, you want sausage.
And my favorite meme is like he'll go down in history as the first man ever to win an argument with a woman.
Oh, that's funny.
The final story for me.
Take my money. Give me some sausage.
Sausage.
First of all, Nasty Nestor takes on the Twins tonight. He's a national headline. So see what he
ESPN
does.
finally did a story about him.
Really?
Did you see that?
No.
They did a big story about how did he go from obscurity to a Cy Young candidate and the nastiest pitcher in New York or something like that.
Really?
So, yeah, they did a whole story on Nasty Nestor
So
Cortez.
it's like it's kind of must-watch TV. Like I said, it was insanity. It's like, all right, well, what's he going to do tonight? Is he going to shut down? The Twins have a great lineup. He's going to shut them down? That's
see.
That's fun to see. Yankees are the first team in baseball with 40 wins. So it's just been amazing to
I saw
watch.
one of the only 5 teams in the last 40 years had this good of a record at this point in the
Amazing,
season.
man.
The Yankees are delivering.
It's all pitching and, it's all fun for me. And game 3 tonight, guys, enjoy it. I feel it's a must-win for Boston. I don't think you want to give any more momentum to the Golden State Warriors.
Well, it's
right
in
now.
Boston, so you can't
Yeah.
lose game 3 at home.
Yeah,
But I think the
exactly.
Warriors got it tonight.
Then it's it, man. You give them that momentum. If you don't stop them now, they're just going to catch fire, and then that's it. They
There's,
got that winning pedigree, that experience, that final experience. You can't let them run with that. So
a couple injuries in baseball yesterday that got people a little nervous. Mike Trout got groin tightness.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see my guy, MVP candidate? Maybe one
two
of the
guys. Marte.
Yeah, Marte's
They
quad
both
tightness.
tested negative.
They both tested negative, I think, so far. But Pete Alonso, who's on pace for 160 RBIs. 160? Like the guy's raking. Got hit in the hand yesterday and immediately took himself out of the game. So when a baller and a gamer like him is like, I'm out,
Yeah.
you're like, oh no. X-rays came back negative, but
I know they were going to do it again, though, just to make sure.
But yeah, Pete Alonso and Mike Trout, a couple superstars got injured yesterday.
And a few shout-outs before we move on, because I know Rich has one more thing to talk about. Alex Efforts, appreciate you and all your efforts.
He puts the effort in.
Discord and dat cord. Yeah. In a world where people do the bare minimum, there's always Alex Efforts. Dion Benoit. Is that his name? Dion Benoit? Or is it Benoit?
Benoit.
Dion Benoit. Chris Ackway. What's up? I grew up with some Acways. What's up, Chris Ackway? Curtis Daigle. Dustin Jane. Jason Kinesvatter. Everyone that subscribes to this Patreon and tells their friends about it, especially. That's what we need more than anything. Hate to put it on you, but we really need word of mouth, ludicrous style.
Mouth?
Word of mouth. And everyone chiming in on our Facebook, Doug Ferriers of the world and the Donnie Pompadours, Facebook, Discord, Datcord, everyone on our YouTube chat, everyone chiming in, supporting the show.
Appreciate you.
I also want to say one more thing.
I read it all.
My biggest pet peeve is when effort is put in, like Alex, and it's not maximized.
Yeah, agreed.
Spot takes the time to add clips to our plus tiers that are available now.
Oh.
And nobody knows about what's even available. So, Spotty, tell them.
That's why I tell you to tell people.
No, bro.
I told you yesterday. I added Val Kilmer in honor of Top Gun, Maverick.
Iceman, bro.
And I added for Rich, Mandy Moore and Milo Ventimiglia in honor of This Is Us.
Mandy Moore. There's a clip. Spot, can you just play the audio of the clip that you sent us of Mandy Moore? This Mandy Moore interview
is better than the clip of the orangutan attacking the guy through the jail cell.
It's better than the guy running away from the kangaroo. Did you see that clip too?
Prisoner, the orangutan prisoner that was attacking the man yesterday that went viral. What's up, Rudy? Rudy in Texas. Love you too, man. Rudy.
So when you think of this Mandy Moore interview from easily over a decade ago,
I think I was great.
You were fantastic.
Covino
I was lightning in a bottle.
Covino is in prime Maxim Radio, old school, hey, Covino mode.
I was another guy, man. I really was.
He's asking Mandy Moore, yo, Mandy, if you date some guy, and he's like, hey, yo, Mandy Moore, and she mocks you, and the interview is so worth just getting the plus tier.
Yeah, but I want you to know something. I'm able to look back and laugh at myself.
Yeah. But you were killing it.
No.
That was
But I also knew, I was cognizant of what I was doing. Like, I knew I was going to get, like,
you knew you were obnoxious.
I was being playful.
Yeah,
you know
you were
what I mean?
obnoxiously,
Like,
you were obnoxiously playful.
I wasn't oblivious to my delivery. But it's who I was. It's not an act.
No, but it's the Milo interview is great. Jack, Mandy Moore, and of course, Iceman, Val Kilmer. So if you are on the plus tiers,
Classic
you get
Cena moments.
classic interviews with, I mean, two of the biggest things. This Is Us, the finale that happened a week ago or
It's like
so,
going,
and
it's like going
Top
back
Gun.
in time, too, man. It really is.
It is to see where were our heads at over a decade ago with some of these stars before they blew up.
And where were those stars at?
Listen to Mandy Moore and Covino interacting.
Mandy Moore, how old are you now?
23.
23. Are you all about the MySpace?
MySpace? I'm on MySpace, but I've come to it a little bit late, and I think it's sort of passed me over. I mean, I go on and blog and stuff, but the obsession.
Yeah. What if a guy
Never
that you were dating was like, hey, yo, Mandy Moore, you're my girl. I don't want you on the MySpace.
Why do you think she gets together talks like that? Is that the type of guy you envision?
Yo, Mandy Moore.
What kind of guy?
And by the way, I don't want to date someone that calls me my first and last name.
Well, okay.
That is a demand that I have.
Hey, Mandy. Hey, Mandy Moore.
I was on fire.
I love that she
Fucking
mocked
great.
you. I love that.
Hey, so yeah, you could hear that on our Patreon tier 1+ or tier 2+. Get the archives.
Oh yeah, did you hear? Kimmy said it. That boxer died. That one.
The boxer died.
The African guy?
Yeah, the guy was stumbling around the ring that was in the coma. He died this morning.
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, he passed away.
People are saying it's the craziest and one of the most sad things they've seen in sports.
Yeah.
And he was winning. What happened? It's so weird. There's a guy who he was winning. He knocked the dude down, but then he started punching into thin air. Like he lost it, lost his consciousness. They stopped the fight. And that was it.
Yo, Cove,
I didn't know that.
Something's going down right now in baseball that I said to you in the beginning of the year. I feel like baseball. You know how so many people love to be critics? Oh, people are critics. That's why the Top Gun reviews are fascinating, right? You know what else I saw that's fascinating? Severance on Apple TV, which I think Sarah's going to start with me tonight because I watched episode 1 and loved it, but never continued. Severance on Apple TV. Adam Scott. Now
I saw a TikTok. It said, try to think of one thing that everybody could agree on. It's impossible.
Oh, I saw the same one.
One thing.
Pizza?
No, some guy goes, that LGBTQ
Is
community is gay.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, "That okay." That's
And it made me laugh.
Yeah,
we could all agree on that, right? But you're right. Like, there's something about Top Gun that 90. I mean, it's about as close as we can get to everybody saying, "Yeah, it's great." That's rare in today's world.
I saw that Severance on
99%.
Apple TV. 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What is it on Apple?
Apple TV.
Who's in
Severance
that?
with Adam Scott and Christopher Walken and
None of these guys pull me in. I like them.
I saw one episode and it was really interesting,
Really?
but I never continued because I watched it when I was out of town and you know when your wife's not up on it,
Look at
you know
the feedback. Everyone's
Severance
saying
is
it's
great.
great.
The last 2 episodes are amazing.
Oh,
Gore was
hey.
great. So that might be my new show. Now that I caught up on Stranger Things, I'm caught up on everything. I think I dive into Severance.
Can we say, like, you know how Beavis and Butthead made you feel just now? Like, yeah, maybe we need a good laugh.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm gonna I almost want to watch it with you because
Yeah,
I
that'll
won't
be
laugh
funny.
with other people the way I would laugh with you at
There's
Beavis
something
and
about
Butthead.
Stranger Things too, man. I think like, yeah, we need that. It's just fun and stupid. That's
scary,
great.
too.
It's scary. Like something great about that.
So Severance is the new show I'm going to check out. But I
Okay.
said, very rare everyone agrees on something.
Mm-hmm.
You got to agree that baseball nailed it with their playoff format. when they did the agreement with the
you sell me on
with the players and the owners, there are now 6 playoff teams in the AL, 6 playoff teams in the NL, 3 division winners, 1, 2, and 3, and wild cards, 4, 5, and 6.
Sports?
The first 2 division winners, right? The top division winner and the second best division winner get a bye. They go straight to the divisional round. The worst division winner, the third best division winner, plays the worst wild card and the 4 and 5 seed wild cards.
My brain's incapable of following this stuff.
Is it sports?
Really?
Sorry. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not saying it's not important. I'm not saying don't continue. I'm saying it's like someone telling me directions.
Sports.
I'm like, yeah, make a left
All right.
and where?
Who are the division leaders?
Right and then a left?
Who are the division leaders?
A right, then a quick left.
Let's look at the.
So
let's
stay in the left lane when you make the right, because you're going to make an immediate left.
Is this what you were going to talk about before I wrapped up the news?
No,
because I want to make sure you get to that.
No, probably not.
Why?
I forgot.
How did you forget? I said write it.
I have it written down. But
okay.
It's fine. Like as of right now, the Mets would be the 1 seed. The Dodgers would be the 2 seed. So those teams would get buys straight to the divisional round. The third division winner, Milwaukee, would play the worst wild card. And right now, the worst wild card would be the Giants. And then the Padres and the Cardinals would play the other wild card, best of 3. So baseball got it so right, meaning your 2 best teams in the NL and AL both get a bye, and the other 4 teams have a best of 3, home field for only 1 team. So 3 games set in the better team's stadium. And I think it's just so important because it shows you the importance of having the best record, but also keeps the excitement. And it's not too many playoff teams. It's 6, right?
6 is good. Yeah,
it's
I agree
perfect.
with that.
They nailed it. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't tell it. Perfect, right? And I wondered, I said, what if a division is stacked? I wonder if there's ever going to, you know how sometimes in football, like in the NFC West, the Niners, Seahawks, and the Rams all made the playoffs because it's just such a stacked division. If the season ended today, 4 teams in the AL East would make the playoffs. The Yankees would win the division with the 1 seed.
Those teams are great.
No, and your 3 wild cards would be Toronto, Tampa, and Boston. All the other divisions would only have the division winner because the Yankees division is so good. Which
Toronto's
makes it
a
even
great
more
team.
remarkable that the Yankees have such a great record because they're playing good teams.
Yeah, it really is.
So I think baseball nailed it.
They got something right at
All
least.
right, now here's my news alert, and then I'm going to end on a hypothetical for you guys.
Is it the orangutan that
No.
attacked the guy?
No. By the way, my buddy Adam lives down the block from you guys. My buddy Torch.
Adam Scott?
The guy you met at my party that talks a lot. Really good dude, Adam. You know who he reminds me of? He looks like Scary Jones. It clicked to me. I'm like, that fucking dude looks like Scary Jones.
Okay. He lives in the neighborhood?
He lives he lives right on your block. He lives directly in between you and Spot. I'm like, get out of here. You lived there for how long? He's like, 5 years. I'm like, yo, you were my neighbor and I didn't even know it? Good guy. One of my best buds on my softball
By
team.
the way, is this the orangutan attacking the man?
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah, let's
wild.
say this if you're talking about it.
Let's see. Uh-oh.
Is there audio?
Then he grabs him by his leg with his feet. There's no getting this orangutan off this guy. And look at it. He's just like, yep.
Oh my
There you go.
God.
Watch this. Then he grabs him with his feet too. Watch.
Wait.
Look, he has a foot around him. Look.
Oh my
He's got
God.
3 limbs on him.
Maybe he just needed a hug, bro. Why are you getting all mad? The orangutan seems like he just needs a hug.
Sometimes if you give in, it just kind of...
I think it's
No,
cute.
because look, now they're trying to pull him. Like, it's
Oh,
the tug
no.
of war.
Looks like a cute hug, bro.
Yeah.
No, it makes me it warms my heart when Emmy gets home from school every day. Ben goes, Emmy, and goes to hug her. I'm like, oh, they're gonna hate each other at some point because they're kids. But
gives him
maybe
gives her
just
an
needs a
orangutan.
hug, bro.
Orangutan hug.
Orangutan hug. Supposedly they have the strength of 7 dudes in orangutan.
It's an orangutan.
Sign me up.
So it would take 7 Covinos to beat up an orangutan.
There's no tang in it. And if I said tang, I apologize.
An orangutan.
Tan.
It's an orangutan.
I always say tang. I don't care.
I know.
Booty
Orangutan.
tang.
What was I saying? Oh, my buddy lives near you.
Adam.
He posted a picture on Instagram. Like I had a stare down this morning.
Oh, was it with me?
outside his apartment, which again is in between you and Spot, fucking coyote in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
No, but I'm talking like
no,
but I'm saying like
There's more coyotes here where you live.
Oh, I know. That's why I never let Piper in the yard
You remember
for
my
more
stories
than a
of
minute by yourself.
shadowboxing?
They're harmless.
I was always on guard for coyotes.
They're very domesticated. I mean,
Domesticated, urbanized. But he posted a picture where it was like probably 20 feet from him, and the coyote's like, and I'm like, I wonder if you've ever walked in your neighborhood, because I will live there for years.
Never had a standoff, but I would see them. Yeah. Oh shit. And I had an encounter. You remember Covino versus the Wild with a wild boar in Arizona one time?
Yeah.
Show's a wild boar.
Yeah.
I have one more news alert that I'm excited. All right, now, not as excited as I am about watching Beavis and Butthead with you, because I am actually. Is it wrong that I'm genuinely excited to go over your place and watch with you? Because I feel like the laugh level, if I watch by myself, would be here, but if I watch with you, I feel like the whole time. I'll even bring some edibles. I feel like that movie's gonna. I feel like I'm gonna die watching that, just laughing my ass off.
That would be cool.
So we'll do that. Besides the, of course, Beavis and Butthead rage that will be.
I don't want to see the face off. Did he have a picture of the coyote?
I don't know if it's still up.
Oh.
But I'll see. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look up Torch.
Because it's like the story was worthless without the pics. I feel like I needed that. I didn't know it just ended.
Nah, the store at his IG story's gone by now.
Well, if I were you, I'd be careful. Be careful too. A little Piper.
I know. That's why when they go
taken by an eagle or coyote or something.
When they go in the backyard, I'm always when Piper goes in the backyard.
Here, this is Woodland Hills. They call it Woodland Hills. It's more woodsy.
I never let the dog out by herself.
Lots of woodland creatures
for sure. Yeah.
So, besides Top Gun and besides the rage that is Beavis and Butthead, they're gonna do. I think this is the perfect. I was saying how they got it right. I was leading up to this, but they got it right. They casted Madonna in a Madonna biopic, and I think it's such a great choice. A biopic about Madonna, and I don't know if it's official, but I saw this name being floated around in a few articles. Julia Garner as Madonna, Ruth Langmore, Anna Delvey. I think she's gonna be fantastic. She's got range. Between Ozark and that Inventing Anna. She got some hype, and she sort of looks the part. And I feel like based on the different characters she's been able to pull off,
you're probably like a beauty marker here.
I feel like she's going to be great at this. Don't you think that's a great casting?
I don't think she's good for. Maybe with the right wig, she could be 80s Madonna.
With the right wig and
Madonna.
and some prosthetics if she needs some ass or titties or something. I don't know, but
I like it.
They did that for Pam Anderson, Spot. I'm just saying, I think she's fantastic.
I mean, she's a great actress. But yeah, I think it's a good casting for sure.
And I'm not even a huge Madonna fan, but I feel like I'd love to see what she would do with that role. Now, here's my deep thought. Not a deep thought. My hypothetical as we get into your Wednesday. By the way, the Rangers playing tonight too, right? Not only Game 3, aren't the Rangers playing tonight for the hockey fans out there? The Rangers?
Oh, sorry.
I think so, yeah, actually. Yep.
No, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Thursday, Game 5.
Oh, wait, so was it 2-2?
2-2. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, last night, the Lightning won 4-1. So Thursday at the Garden, Game 5.
The Lightning won 2 in a row.
Yeah, Game 5 at the Garden. Thursday, I'll watch that. All right. This is a question of, do you take the easy way out?
There's no easy way out.
There's no shortcut home.
By the way, I went to see my nephew Jamesy box the other day, and I put
the Rocky soundtrack
behind the video. If you put the Rocky soundtrack behind anything, it makes it so much cooler. It's like instant montage.
Oh, no doubt. Do you remember back in the day, I made a crawling video of Emmy trying to crawl when she was like a baby to the Rocky montage.
Jamesy went from a little kid boxing to like serious, might kick someone's ass. There's no easy way.
Is that Tiafimo? Oh no, that's James.
No, it's just this 5-year-old little boy.
Yeah, is that
little 6-year-old?
Is that Canelo? No, it's James.
You could definitely beat up your ass.
If Harry Potter could play Weird Al, that girl could play Madonna. I agree, Lonnie. Do you take the easy way out? Or do you always like the challenge? Now, I wonder if this applies differently in different aspects of your life. Like, in relationship, where do you want the easy way and where do you want the challenge? I used to think in a relationship, guys were like, maybe I want the challenge. No. You know what challenge ends up with? Divorce, anger, headaches. People that like the challenging, difficult person, you know what those people end up? Divorced. I've seen it with friends. I've seen it with family.
You end up listening to Godsmack and Puddle of Mud.
Yeah, you become divorced dad rock guy.
Yeah.
Like every week, and we talk about it on this week's podcast, Nicole and I, it's out tomorrow, new episode of Have Kids Tomorrow. Nicole brings on Matt because she's like, I fucking hate him and it's our anniversary. I don't even want to go out to dinner with him. But she's like, we love hard and fight hard. And that's their whole gimmick. And I'm like, that gimmick is not for me. Like, they're very passionate, loving, but half the time they hate each other. Half the time they're like in love. And I'm like,
things exciting.
yeah, but I've lived there. I've lived that life.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I've lived that life. Trust me. I've been there like multiple times, in fact.
I always felt like, not that this is the only flip side, because that's not my point, but like a lot of times you're bored. You don't want to be bored.
I'd rather be bored than fucking divorced and miserable or fighting half the time.
Bored, you end up thinking about like, should I be this boring?
Sometimes a little boring is not necessarily boring. It's just like normal.
The toxic shit sucks dick
No,
too.
but people like to be like, oh, people confuse toxic with exciting. It's like, no, it's like you watch some of these couples on like reality shows. Like, well, every couple on that stupid ultimatum show, none of those couples should be together. They're all fucking terrible for each other.
Horrible for each other.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's exciting and passionate. No, toxic. Toxic. Oh. Like dating a girl like Nicole or your ex-wife or a guy like Matt or a guy like you, like some people just like, passion, but also exhausting.
Jack passion.
Exhausting.
Give me a mediocre life. Give me a very like...
Oh. So my point is, what things in life do you want a challenge out of, and what do you want the easy way? Now, I feel like career-wise, I like a challenge. When it comes to a career, like I like the idea of, hey, Covino and Rich, when they ask us to do something where it's like, hey, can you guys host this big event? I'm like, yes, I want the challenge. Hey, do you guys want to fill in for Dan Patrick, or you want to do that? Yes, I want the challenge. I don't want the easy way out. With work, bring it on. Hey, can you host this event? Do you mind doing the town hall and interviewing fucking Taylor Swift? Sure. I love it. Give me the challenge. No, nothing easy is fun when it comes to your career goals.
There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home.
So, relationships. I want the easy way out. I don't want the challenge. I don't want the annoyance.
Oh, you're missing out.
Now, in a job, I want the challenge. I don't want the easy way out.
You're missing out on the emotional roller coaster.
You want that, though? You want to go to sleep like, I hate my wife. I might want a divorce. And the next day being like, I love her.
Sometimes
the next day, like, I think she's leaving me.
Sometimes I just love to watch the world burn, Rich.
It's fucking exhausting. I've been there. I'm telling you, as your favorite Indian guy, been there, done that.
Sometimes you need to
miss that guy.
Cut yourself just to feel you bleed.
So those fight moves do look like me, myself, and Irene.
That's the point.
That was the point.
What I was thinking.
That's the point.
If you put Jim Carrey to that song, he's badass. Yeah.
I love you, bud. So lean into the uncomfortable. No.
Oh, Jim Ramsey. Rocky reference. Thanks, Jim.
With work.
I'm sorry.
With work, I lean into the discomfort. With personal life, I like stability and love and level-headedness. Here's my dumb question, because it's not even close to as important as work or family. Let me ask you a softball question. And it's not like a softball, like an easy question. It's actually a question about softball.
Can I go to?
I'm glad you clarify that.
Well, because you might have thought I was asking you a simple question.
Seriously.
Yeah, here, dude. I'm going to give you a softball question.
Can I get some coffee? I'm kidding.
Yeah, you need coffee? Go ahead.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, man. It's fine.
I want to know your softball question.
Do you prefer to challenge yourself or go for the easy way out. I'll explain. For instance, I play on a team where I bat third and I play shortstop. I'm probably the best guy on the team.
Why don't you brag about it?
Or one of the top 2 to 3 guys on the team.
Is that a good place?
Batting third, playing shortstop is probably, it's like softball's like little league, bro. It's like if you're playing shortstop and batting in the middle,
Sometimes they got Aaron Judge batting leadoff now.
This guy.
There's new philosophies every once in a while.
Batting second's like the new thing. For years now, it might be leadoff.
This guy always batted third.
I think.
What did he play?
The reality.
What did you play? What was your position?
Center field. He played
pitcher, shortstop. When you're at that level, pitcher.
Well, at that level, but he's saying like high school, you played center field, right?
Outfield, pitcher.
Didn't you say one of your biggest?
Didn't
you say your only blunder was you dove for a ball, missed, and it rolled past you in a big game?
It was in a tournament.
Yeah.
At Loyola Marymount College.
That's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
The worst feeling when you when it's a shallow line drive and it was a shallow line drive and you're like, I'm going for it. And if you miss it,
and he never recovered.
I have a picture of me walking off the field with my head down, like I fucking lost the game.
Yeah, he never recovered.
Way back Wednesday.
That's when you hung it up, right?
Yeah, that was it.
That's Little League, dude. I was 12 in that photo.
Yeah, he's talking like adult baseball.
That was 12.
But I'm saying that's when you hung it up.
No, but I'm just saying that just to make it clear, that was an all-star team at 12.
And by the way, Paul described, when I'm talking about the annoying relationship, Paul describes it best in our feedback. He goes, that's my ex. It's like running a marathon daily. You're just trying to fucking get through the day with the drama.
Yeah, it sucks.
Can't do that. But, so here's my question. Softball. It's a softball question. I play on a team where I'm probably one of the better guys on the team. Like I said, play shortstop, bat third, hitting line drive doubles, enjoying it, hitting home runs. Like it gives me like good vibes because it's like I go out on a Tuesday night, after a long day, living the dad life, working, doing everything. It gives me like a joy. Does that make sense? Like a joy. Like, hey, know what's a nice feeling? I fucking ripped a couple doubles today, played well. That was fun. Got to hang out with the guys. Yo, good seeing you, bro. I'll see you next Tuesday.
That's a great feeling.
Have a good one.
Ripping some ass.
Now,
a little Hershiser action. Yeah. Little BJ Surhoff.
No, just ripping ass.
Good feeling too.
Feel relief.
Now, I started playing in this Saturday morning softball league where I told you it's fast pitch. And everyone on this team, 90% of the guys are younger than me. And these guys all played probably, it feels as though all these guys played college ball within the last 10 plus years. Like we're talking like, there's no errors. Like in softball, even when you play with decent guys in softball, occasionally there's a booted ground ball or a guy misjudges a fly ball and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
I'm talking on this Saturday morning.
Guy runs in, first step is in.
Yeah,
the ball goes over his head.
Not that bad, but there's still like a booted play here and there. And it's just it's softball.
First step is never in.
But Saturday morning, this fast pitch league, no errors. Like we're talking, if it's a ball hitting the infield, automatic. Like
by the way, I don't know the difference, Jim. For clarification, fast pitch or modified? What's the difference? I don't know.
Fast pitch is the guy can't windmill, but he can throw as hard as he can underhand. Okay. And that's what I play Saturday mornings.
Right.
Now,
what is modified?
Modified just underhand, like almost like batting practice.
Okay.
The other league I play in is unlimited high arc, which is like just ridiculous. But the fast pitch league, it's a challenge because I'm not the best guy. And I'm new to the team, so that's like, hey, I'm batting eighth, and hey, can you play right center? Yeah, sure, I can play right center field. So I'm like batting eighth, playing right center field, trying to prove to the guys like, yo, I can hang.
Okay, so
these guys are younger.
In the regular league,
these guys are younger.
Guy batting third,
playing shortstop.
But in this new league, you're batting eighth, and you're also new.
Yeah,
but you're batting eighth, and you're playing right center.
Hey, new guy. Hey, where do you play? You know what the answer is always? Wherever you need me. You never be the new guy and say, well, I'm used to playing. Yeah, wherever you need me. All right, yo, can you play right center? And yeah, you're gonna bat eighth. We're batting 10 guys. You're batting eighth. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's tricky. Like when I tell you in regular softball, always hitting line drives to left field. They got guys that there was one guy that's like, did you know there's like a men's Olympic softball?
Men's, I don't know. I don't think so.
Because they're like, yeah, the guy we're playing next week, He was on the men's Olympic. I'm like, men's Olympic softball. Yo, these guys are throwing the ball underhand.
I don't think anything.
These guys are throwing the ball underhand. As hard as you've seen baseball pitches when you like played high school. Where I have to, you don't casually get up there and, hold your bat. Like, you have to actually get in like a stance. Like, I'm waiting to time this. Like, I lined out to right field. I'm like, I never hit the ball to right field unless it's on purpose.
Can't even pull the ball.
Like, I'm not even getting around on this yet. Like, I'm hitting.
So basically, the pitch is coming in so fast. Rich can't even get around where he could pull the ball to left. He's like hitting opposite field. Because he's barely getting around on time.
Does Rich yes, I do, Raymond. Raymond asked, do I still think I could hit a home run in a Major League Baseball field? Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Put it this way. I was actually asked that question recently, and they said, answer honestly. We need to know honestly. And I said, honestly? Wooden bat? I haven't swung a bat in years. Probably not, no. Honestly, unfortunately, no. And they're like, oh, because we were going to ask you to do batting practice at Dodger Stadium. I was like, oh. But then I would have embarrassed myself potentially, so I don't know.
Well, so
that would have been great to do.
My point is, do you go for because this is my leisure time? Is what I also want to point this out. This is not. I'm not like in a competitive league where like this is my life.
You wear a leisure suit.
I do this this is my fun. So I'm asking you, Covino, since this is my quote fun time. In your fun leisure time, do you want to challenge? Or do you want to just feel good about yourself?
I'm at a different place in my life. So it's going to be different for everybody. Like, that's not the glory I'm chasing. I feel like I've had
who said I'm chasing glory?
Because you're competing at a you're pushing yourself to competing good at a different level.
Competing and chasing glory are two different things.
Yeah, because that's
chasing glory.
One is doing fun, one for fun, and one you're being competitive in. I want to use my competitive juices for other things that are more important.
Don't get it twisted. They're both very competitive. It's just one is guys that are slightly less athletic that are playing softball because they enjoy it. Me and I probably played high school or college baseball back in the day. And the other one is like guys.
The other one, win, lose, no matter. One, you're playing to win.
We're playing to win in both. These guys are competitive.
Well, then it doesn't matter.
But what I'm saying is, do you want to be the man, or do you want to be the new guy in a? Do you rather be?
That's what I'm saying. I want to be the man in things that matter to me.
Are you saying big fish, small pond?
I want to be the man.
Sort of.
Small.
I want to be the man in what we do. So for me personally, my answer would be, this is my answer.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is Rich's answer.
Yeah.
Big fish.
My answer would be, and it's not about not accepting the challenge. It's about, I want to be the man in this arena. This is my arena that matters.
What arena?
This podcasting.
I'm talking about hobbies, bro. I'm not talking about this.
Hobby-wise,
I'm not talking about this.
Giving you my answer.
Okay.
Hobby-wise, I want to do what's just simply fun for me.
So you rather just be like, yeah, let me just hit some fucking home runs and doubles in the easy league.
Me. I don't need that other juice. I don't need that in my life. I'm not in it to win that. I'm in it to win this. The other shit's just fun. So that's my answer and how I feel.
That's but I'm in it to win it. Like, you don't play to lose. Like last night on my Tuesday night team. My Tuesday night team, we don't play to lose. Like, we're trying to win. There's like playoffs and
there's a different pressure.
Like a whole thing.
That's why you bring it up. There's a different pressure on the other team.
But I'm saying that the Saturday one are guys that are all like, we joked that the other team we played last week. I'm like, yo, is this the fucking?
But again, I'm a 40.
Is this the CrossFit team? Because
46, right?
Everyone on the other team.
I don't care about competing with 20-something.
Everyone on the other team last week was like a 30-year-old fucking ripped vato. And I'm like, yo, is this like the local minor league baseball team? So it's a matter of, do you want to play against 30-something-year-old guys that are ripped, that played baseball probably in college 10 years ago? Or do you want to play against 30, 40-year-old like dad bod guys that know how to play ball because they played 20 years ago in high school? Do you rather be the man or challenge yourself?
I see, the pros and cons to both, right? Because, like, if you're going to play, then play amongst the best, right? It's like, you're the smartest guy in the room.
That's what I'm saying. So
if you're the best guy in the shitty league, hey, challenge yourself and be in a better league. I get all that. Depends where you want to put your competitive juices.
I'm saying, like, there's no limit to your competitive juices.
There is for me. I have to compartmentalize.
Oh, I can't. I'm
Juicy.
Just, it's not like, hey, if I'm competitive here, I can't be competitive here. My point is, do you take on the challenge, or my question more is like, it's your leisure time. Like, do you rather be in a bowling league, Covino, where Everyone's like, man, Covino, you're the man, and you're fucking killing it? Or do you want to be in the bowling league where everyone has a 200 average and you're the guy that's like the handicap?
Yeah, the more I think about it, there's pros and cons. It's tough. It is a tough question.
You play up to your competition and you play down to your competition too.
Which one's more fun for you? I'd say at this stage of the game, which one's more fun? Because it doesn't matter how good you are at softball.
I went to get coffee.
That shit don't matter.
Yeah,
to me.
no, you're right. It doesn't matter, but it's still a hobby that I love.
Did you
So
drop
then it should be about fun.
Did you drop the line that your friend always says? When you're the smartest man in the room.
He just dropped it 10 seconds ago.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at something else. Yeah, so find a new room. Like, but
isn't it fun to be the smartest guy in the room?
You get ridiculed.
Yeah, I think for you, Rich, I think you are ready for the challenge.
They mock that
like,
you're
but
the
I'm saying
smartest guy in the room.
being the smartest guy in the room for something like softball is sort of fun because you're like, yeah, I'm hitting like you're hitting home runs and you're feeling like you go home. Like I go home and I'm like, Sarah's like, how was the game, babe? And I'm like, fucking hit a home run. I loved it,
and it was fun.
And it was fun.
You're Kramer fighting kids in karate.
Yeah,
if I'm playing softball, I'm playing for
Fists
fun.
of Fury.
That's why it's different for every person.
You know, Jim Ramsey brought up a good question since he is our he's the fourth member of the show. Jim goes, how do you feel? How do you feel driving home from both games? That's a great question because I think I feel a little more aggravated, but at the same time a little more fiery about the harder league because I'm like, man, I should have hit that. Like, I get
you need that at this stage in your life. You might. I don't.
I sort of like the competitiveness. I'm a competitive guy, as are you. I don't have a contained amount of competitiveness. It's not like...
Yeah, but I don't need that aggravation.
This is Rich at his softball game.
Yeah, this is me.
Fighting stance.
I'm just so much better than everyone.
Begin.
That's me on Tuesday nights. That's me on Tuesday nights, and on Saturday mornings, I'm fighting Daniel LaRusso.
Yes, sir. Really killed it.
That's me on Tuesday nights, and on Saturday mornings, I'm fighting Miyagi.
Karate.
I think it's a sliding scale and a different answer for everybody.
I guess there's no real answer, so I can't expect a real answer. But
it's a great question because I could see, again, the pros and cons
it's also
of both.
hobby related, so I'm opting to do this in my free time.
Hobby related for me is the fun one. Because the competitive stuff, I did all that. I'm like sort of retired from that mindset.
I think that's a weird mindset. Like I'm retired from
what matters now.
You love
that shit don't matter to me.
Yeah, but you love.
This is what matters to me.
Did you not love baseball as a kid?
Loved it.
It was your favorite thing. You watch the Yankees every day. One of my buddies said this to you when he bumped when
Covino doesn't know me and I don't care about him. And guess what? He looked like Humpty Dumpty. I don't care about what that guy
Humpty
thinks.
Dumpty.
Yeah,
that kid's like fucking ripped.
The dude I was talking to, I barely talked to the guy on your team. I talked to his pal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's telling me, dude, you got to play. I play all the time. I really don't want to play with you.
Yeah,
That's just about how I feel.
But but I'm saying like you have this mentality like
but why do you think
no
people
longer
who don't matter to me are going to have some influence on me? You know what I mean? Like my best buds aren't going to convince me. So you think I'm going to like take the word of this guy I never met?
I'm not saying you to play. I'm just saying that's the reason. All right, I'll give you an analogy that doesn't have to do with softball.
Yay.
But these guys are 20-something years old, dude.
Golf.
You're like, hey, I know I look like a young cherub. I'm 46. I don't care about that shit.
Golf. Right?
Yeah.
So many people love golf.
I'm not at that stage.
Most people are. Like our buddy Nico is a big into golf now. A lot of our listeners, a lot of people that support us into golf. Do you want to play at the easy 9-hole pitch and putt, or do you want to play on some prestigious 18-hole difficult course? Some people might say, hey, you know what? Let me just go play pitch and putt, make it easy. Other people will be like, no, I want to play where the big dogs play. Yeah, I want to,
Again, I see both sides of the coin. I do. And I think it's a to each his own, provolone sort of answer. I see both. I see the benefits of both. I do. It's like, how much aggravation can I deal with in my life? I don't need more. So I'll go with the fun one. That's how I'm feeling in the moment.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? I really have no answer, but I'll keep playing for both.
But Jim poses the best question. How do you feel on your drive home? Do I need added aggravation that on something that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things? Not putting bread on my table. What matters the most is my livelihood. So that's where I'm putting all my efforts, and that's where the aggravation at least matters. The other shit should just be fun. But then again, you're not challenging yourself. What's more important?
Yeah, yeah, it's an interesting
Spot, do you have
thing.
a final thought?
Ask yourself.
I mean, you got to decide what your ultimate goal is of going and playing softball.
Yeah, is it fun or is it challenge?
Is it fun? Is it? Do you want to compete at a elite level?
And that's why I can't answer.
Or do you want to get out of your house and have fun and run around?
I like to get out of the house and have fun, and it's a nice stress release. It's nice to bond with. I like to bond with. I like to bond with other guys other than you two. So I like the bonding of it.
Then
I can't
choose
perform at an
the
elite
fun
level
and the people. Choose the fun and the people. Don't choose the elite level.
I like the I like the bonding. I like the fun and the people, and I also like. Yeah, it's a good question. It is a good question. You're right. Do you want to be aggravated about
But it
something?
comes down to exactly what Spot said. Are you choosing to challenge yourself or are you choosing to have fun?
Right.
And I can't. Nobody can answer that for anybody.
I would want a no pressure. Hey, we're going out. We're playing. Because then it's just added stress in my life. I don't need.
I feel that way too.
Like, don't you have enough stress in your life?
But I also feel like I'm honest with myself.
Price of
I'm
carne
like,
asada is going up.
I'm not competing with these 20-something-year-olds that just fucking
Pirates booty is expensive.
It's not, and it's not important enough for me to try.
Yeah,
at
but
this stage.
there's not a fun, challenging part. Like, oh, could I hang?
My ego says I could if I really wanted to. I just don't want to.
Yeah, but isn't that what you say when you really can't? I could if I want to.
But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too. I'm double their age.
Well,
I want to see them when they're my age. That guy you introduced me to?
Yeah.
I look younger than that dude. Not the guy on your team.
Oh, yeah,
the other guy was bragging about he was
I don't
Division
know,
One player.
I don't know the other guy.
I'm like, all right, well, hey, great. That's great, dude.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a sliding scale. I don't think there's a right answer here, but it's a great, great question. I do love the question. It's just going to be different for everybody.
It's like, why do you, like, it's like the same, everyone has a different answer. Like, why do you go to the gym? To look good, for health, for your future, because you want to not have a dad bod, because you want to have big arms. Like, why do you go to the gym? No, but I'm saying this. So it's not a simple answer. Like, why do you go to the gym is as tricky a question. Well, do you go to the gym to be strong? Do you go to the gym to look good? Do you go to the gym so that you're healthy for your kids in the future?
See, that isn't Jim Ramsey. Fucking another great point. I got to give credit where it's due. No, because
he's the best.
All those examples you gave about the gym,
yeah,
it's a little of everything, right? He says sometimes you play for the combo of competition and camaraderie. If you don't get along with the guys in this competitive league too, it's like,
oh, yeah, you got to get along with them.
Then why? You know what I mean? Like if you're not having fun because the camaraderie's too intense, then why are you even doing it?
I mean, it's
so there's so many. It's not just as black and white as it seems.
No, you're right.
So that's why it's a difficult, very difficult question. Like, all right, ready? In this hypothetical, the ultra competitive league makes you feel young. You're hanging out with cool young guys. You like them.
Yeah.
They treat you cool, and you feel great about it. The other one is, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different factors.
Yeah.
So then I would say, well, if you feel like you're having a great camaraderie with the really competitive league, then that also adds a lot of weight to that decision. So there's so many factors.
It's a good point.
That's tough. Hey,
well, hey,
hold on.
Thanks for the help, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, no, I mean, you have to figure out what's best.
I'll figure it out. I've only played twice, and again, like
Do you want
also
long
feel
lasting or fast acting?
Yeah, just it's like
long lasting or fast acting. Do you want to feel better now or later?
I'll give you the dumbest example. When we were in Vegas, this past trip for Narzan's birthday, I played cornhole with. Who did I play with? I played with Wes.
Play with me.
I played with Wes, Spot, but who's my partner?
Drew
Me and
Mac.
who? No, me and
Steve from Utah.
I dominated.
Handsome Gabe.
I think me and CJ. I forget who it was. We were playing cornhole.
CJ, what's up, CJ?
We were playing cornhole.
You were playing corny hole.
And
I was playing bunghole.
I'm not much of a cornhole player, but after playing a few games,
he was playing
I was in my mind. I was having fun and just hanging with everyone, but in my mind, I was getting competitive because when I play games or sports, I get a thrill off of the competition.
That's fine and
right?
normal. Why not?
But I'm saying that's why when you ask, why do you do this? Why do you play softball a couple days a week?
Of,
but didn't you just have fun playing?
I did, but you know, it was more fun that I won.
Cornhole.
I think you beat me by like 1 point. I had pretty good competition there for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
but you know what? I had fun.
It's fun either way, but you don't like to win.
cornhole, darts, skittle ball, skee ball, pickleball. These are all great equalizers.
But you can't be you can't lie to me. You can't lie to me, buddy, and tell me that if we went bowling, you wouldn't try to beat me.
Bowling, another great equalizer.
But you would try to beat me.
The athleticism of a 20-something-year-old kid who just got out of college is going to be different than a 40-something-year-old guy who's in a, average softball league. Like, you see what I'm saying? There's a physical element and difference between cornhole and playing actual sports.
No, I hear you. I do.
It's not an easy answer.
It's a good question.
And it's a teach his own answer.
Well, with that said, have a great Wednesday. Enjoy your game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Oh, yeah.
I think someone posted before on our feedback that there's some wild stat that whoever wins game 3, if that team goes up 2-1, some insane, like they win 70 or 80% of the time. So tonight, crucial game 3, Warriors or Celtics. I guess we shall see. All right. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you at the promised land.
Goodbye.